in their second game of the state tournament. In the first round, the Lady Buffaloes of Meade fell to the Wabaunsee Lady Chargers. And in the game that just completed between Ellenwood and Smith Center, the Ellenwood Lady Eagles fell to the Smith Center Lady Red in 3. Ellenwood coming in at the 7th seed in today's tournament. The Lady Buffaloes of Meade coming in at the 3 seed. Just about 3 minutes separate us here between the beginning of the second match between the Ellenwood Lady Eagles and the Meade Lady Buffaloes. Both teams coming into today's game at 1-2. Or it's not 1-2, 0-1. The Buffaloes of Meade fell to the Chargers of Wabaunsee earlier in the 10 a.m. match. Scores of 25-21. And the first set 30-28, second set 25-21. Ellenwood fell to Smith Center in 3, 25-10. The Eagles winning the first set 25-10. Smith Center taking the next two 25-18 and 25-20. Looking at the Meade Lady Buffaloes, they have number 1, Crystal Madrano, a 5'7" senior. Number 2, Maya Hartnett, a 5'5" senior. Number 3, Hayden Bachman, a 5'7" senior. Number 4, Brooke Keith, a 5'5" senior. Number 7, Trinity Woods, a 5'7" sophomore. Number 10, Kiana Unruh, a 5'7" freshman. The libero is number 13, Katie Wilhelm, a 5'5" senior. Number 15, Callie Keith, a 5'7" senior. Number 18, Kylan Rudzik, a 5'9" freshman. Number 21, Corbin Carr, a 5'8" junior. Number 26, Shelby Christensen, a 5'10" freshman. And number 30, Cheyenne Wondra, a 5'9" sophomore. The Meade Lady Buffaloes are coached by Leanne Creer and assisted by Wadona Henson and Mirth Van Kassel. Ellenwood is coached by Greg Maxwell, assisted by Cassie Batchmore. We'll run through their team real quick. Number 1, Haley Gross, a 5'6" sophomore. Number 2, Jocelyn Brown, a 5-foot sophomore. Number 3, Maya Maxwell, 5'7" sophomore. Getting a little bit ahead of myself. Anahi Mendez, number 10, a 5'3" sophomore. Number 18, Kellyanne Williams, a 5'7" junior. Number 24, Mary Dimmitt, a 5'5" freshman. Number 25, Maddie Ward, a 6-foot senior. The McReynolds twins, Brooke and Allison. Brooke, number 26. Allison, number 27. Both of them 5'8", both of them freshmen. And number 30, Caitlin Pullman, the libero, a 5'4" senior. Less than a minute to go. They're getting done with open serving. Getting ready for basketball, or not basketball. We are at Gross Memorial Coliseum, the home of Fort Hays State Tiger basketball. On the court, I would say this is the south goal that we are positioned at here at Court B. Court A is between Maranatha Academy and Valley Heights. Maranatha's won the first set. The Ellenwood Eagles will start the ball off to serve. And then we will look to see our libero changes. For Meade, it will be Wilhelm. For Ellenwood, it will be Pullman. Pullman is at the line, ready to be for the substitution. For Meade, Katie Wilhelm is getting ready for her substitution. And it looks like we will see Allison McReynolds come out for Pullman. That is what we will see. For Meade, we will see Wilhelm come in for, how do we find it out here? Wilhelm comes out for number 21, Corbin Carr. Or excuse me. They come out for number 4, maybe? They're checking the scorecard a little bit here. Looking at the rotation, will we see a libero sub in here to start the game off? So yes, we will. We will see Corbin Carr come out for Katie Wilhelm. Ellenwood will start the match off serving, as I'm going to change the scoreboard here a little bit. It'll be Meade serving, or Ellenwood serving. Ellenwood back line here, sends it over to McReynolds, who will set up for Ward. Ward in the back line, point Meade, as a little bit too much power there from Maddie Ward. Make it 1-0 in favor of Meade. Do not be alarmed if things are changing on your screen. Meade has served it in. It'll be Maddie Ward there with a power on that serve. Meade sends this one in. Ellenwood back line, and that's going to be out, as it's going to make the score now 1-1. Mendez here set to serve for Ellenwood. And we'll bring that into the Meade back line. Ellenwood now with the ball. Sends it over to Ward, and Ward will put that one into the bag for Ellenwood. And it's now 2-1 in favor of Ellenwood. Mendez will serve again. I'm done changing the scoreboard. Mendez here serving for Ellenwood. Heads into that Meade back line. Wilhelm to take it. And it'll be set up here for Meade, number 15, Keith. Ward now sends it over, and it's going to be intended to go over from number 3, Bachman. Bachman wasn't able to get it over, and it's now 1-3 in favor of Ellenwood. That ball went into the scorer's table. Serve up from Mendez. Wilhelm receives for Meade. Sets this one up for 20. For number 30, Wondra. Oh, wait, it is number 20. We don't have a number 20 on the roster. Good luck to me. We don't have number 20 on the roster for Ellenwood, or for Meade, I should say. Unless it was a change. I'll look it up between sets. Meade ball here. Maxwell over to Ward. That one's going to be taken in, as that one was off the hands of number 10, Unruh, and that one goes out of bounds. Makes the score 2-4 in favor of Ellenwood. Pullman will serve here for the Lady Eagles here at the 2A State Volleyball Tournament. Gross Memorial Coliseum at Fort Hays State University. Sets it up, sends it over from Keith. Ellenwood front line. Maxwell's going to set this one up for Ward. Ward almost blocked there from Meade, but does not get it in to Ellenwood territory. It goes out of bounds, and it will be point for Ellenwood, 5-2. Ellenwood takes the point. They lead over the Meade Lady Buffaloes. Pullman will serve here. Pullman on the serve. Sends this one in. Meade back line. They set this one up for number 20, and that one's blocked, but point Meade. Maddie Ward had the power on the block. Number 20 had the power on the serve. And for Meade, it's another point as that one went straight into the bleachers on the home side. 5-3, Meade leads. Wilhelm, the libero, will serve for the Buffaloes. Sets it up for Ward. Maxwell will take it and will set this one up for Maddie Ward. Ward will get it in the corner. Takes it to number 10, Wilhelm. Actually, not 10 Wilhelm, 10 Unruh. And will take that one out of bounds. It'll make the score 6-3 in favor of Ellenwood. Ward here set to serve for Ellenwood. Ward's serve goes to the Meade front line. And will take that one, number 21, Wondra. Wondra takes that one. Multiple Eagles on the floor there. Excuse me, number 21, Carr. Substitution Meade. They got 20 out. And in for her, number 4, Brooke Keith. So now we've got Callie Keith and we got Brooke Keith who are right now serving. Ward sets us up for Ellenwood for Maxwell. Maxwell backfield, Wilhelm. And that goes out of bounds. 7-4 in favor of Ellenwood. Looking at the numbers, I would assume that they are twins as Haley Gross sends a serve over for Ellenwood. Meade front line sets this one up for Keith. That being Callie Keith. Maxwell sets this one up, and I'll take it Meade back line. Now to the Ellenwood front line here. Pullman to Maxwell, Meade back line. They set this one up for Hartlett. Hartlett to Ward, and Ward lets it hit the ground. And that will make it 7-4 in favor of Ellenwood. Meade will serve. Substitution for Meade. They're now going to have Crystal Medrano in for Hayden Bachman. Medrano here on the serve. That's up. Ellenwood back line. Brown over to Ward, and now over to McReynolds. Allison McReynolds over to Wilhelm, and it was in. Number 13, Katie Wilhelm, thought that one was going to be going out, but it went in as point for Ellenwood. Makes the score now 8-5 in favor of the Ellenwood Lady Eagles. Eagles over the Buffaloes. It'll be Allison McReynolds to serve. Meade back line. They set this one up for number 10, Unruh. Unruh sends this one over. It'll be now in the Meade back line. Should send Maxwell for Ellenwood there. My apologies, folks. Ward on the ball. Over to Maxwell. Sends it over to Meade back line. Wilhelm. Wilhelm to Unruh. Sets this one up 15. Mader. Now I'm getting them mixed up. Callie Keith there. Back over to Meade back line. Front line, I should say. Front line here for him. Sends it to 21, Carr. Ellenwood front line. Ward for Maxwell. That one was blocked, but goes out of bounds off of number 21, Corbin Carr, and makes the score 9-5 in favor of Ellenwood. Allison McReynolds here on the serve for the Lady Eagles. Sends this one over. Sends it over to Bachman. That one hitting the floor there. That's point Meade. Allison McReynolds almost got that. It goes into the warming track up here at Gross Memorial. Score is now 9-6 in favor of the Ellenwood Lady Eagles. For Meade, number 21, Corbin Carr, set to serve. Carr on the serve, over to Ward, goes out of bounds. And it's now 9-7 in favor of Ellenwood. Carr to serve again here for the Lady Buffs. This one, backline Ellenwood. Brown and Pullman combine to Mendez. Sends it over to Maxwell, and that's where Meade's going to have it in the front line. Sends that one to Wondra. It's going to go out of bounds in near the scorer's table, and it's going to be a point for Meade. Make that score 9-8 in favor of the Meade Buffs. Lady Buffaloes with Carr to serve. Send this one over. Ward on the reception to Brown. Sets it up for Maxwell. Meade back line. That one out of bounds. Point Meade. 9-all. We are tied. Carr on the serve. That time, that's out of bounds, and it's now 10-9. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed yet, we are using the scoreboard to show the set point. We won't be showing the score in game. We'll be saying that as much as possible. 10-9, Ellenwood leads. Maxwell served that one into the Meade back line. Wonder brings it back over in for Ellenwood. Sets this one up for Ward. Ward, Meade front line. Back around. They send it in to Ballman. Now over for Meade. We got a 2-hit penalty. Looked like that one was Brooke McReynolds there. And it's now 10-all in favor of nobody. It's tied. And a substitution, number 20 for Meade is back in. We don't have her. Ellenwood ball here. Brown sets it up to Maxwell. Over to Ward. Over now to Wilhelm in the back line for Meade. Meade. Wow, that's a block there. What a block there from Brooke McReynolds. It was Callie Keith who sent it up, and Brooke McReynolds who said no and slammed the door shut. 11-10 Ellenwood. Mendez to serve for the Eagles. Mendez served. Wilhelm for Meade. Over to the back line. Now over to Keith. Ellenwood front line. Sets this one up for Ward. Almost blocked there. Meade back line. Sends this one over. Number 10, Unruh. Maxwell in the Ellenwood front line. Sets this one up for McReynolds. McReynolds, that one out of bounds. Point Meade. It's a tie ball game again at 11. First set here between the Ellenwood Lady Eagles and the Meade Lady Buffaloes. Unruh here set to serve for Meade. Sends it over. Maxwell gets it. Gross, she can as that one heads into the netting. The protective netting. If you haven't ever been up here to Fort Hays State University to Gross Memorial, they've got them over at both goals where they've got the field, and then right here in the middle, right where the Tiger logo is, that's where media is. That's where I am. Meade line here. Sends it over. Ellenwood over to Pullman. Maxwell sends it over. Wilhelm for Meade. Sends that one Ballman. Ballman to the back line for Ellenwood. That one goes out of bounds. And the score now 13-11 in favor of the Meade Lady Buffaloes. Keith sent to Callie Keith sent here to serve the ball for Ellenwood, as I find my voice again. Sends it to Haley Gross. Sends it back over to the Meade back line. Keith again. Backman. Ward sends it to Ellenwood, and Ellenwood, Maddie Ward gets it down and was able to fool out Katie Wilhelm. Set to serve for Ellenwood, it will be Caitlin Pullman as Meade leads 13-12. Pullman serve, gets it up over to Unruh. They're going to set this one up for Bachman. Bachman, Ellenwood backline now. Maxwell sends this one over to Ward, and Ward gets it in and down into no man's land. Makes the score 13-all. The fourth tie we've seen in tonight's game. We've seen it at 10-10. We saw it at 11-11, at 12-12, and again at 13-all. This time it goes out of bounds on Pullman's serve. It makes the score now 14-13 in favor of the Meade Lady Buffaloes. That first set between Wabaunsee and Meade went all the way down to the wire, and that score was 30-28 at the end of the first. And that's what we're looking to see here in this first set. Wilhelm sends it over for Meade. Maxwell sends it, and it will set it up for Mendez. Meade now with the ball. Ballman goes out of bounds there and hits the ground. As this one is now a 2-point lead, 15-13 in favor of the Meade Lady Buffaloes. It's either been a tie game or a Meade Buffalo lead. We haven't seen the Ellenwood Eagles lead this game yet. Ellenwood ball here off the Wilhelm serve. Ward sends it in. Wilhelm to receive for Meade. Sends this one over. 15 Keith. Maxwell sets us up for Ward for Ellenwood. That one goes down to the floor. Keith was trying to field that one, but she couldn't. And that makes the score now 15-14 in favor of Meade. Maddie Ward here set to serve for Ellenwood. That one heads right into the net, and it makes the score now 16-14. First time we've seen a serve error on Ellenwood. First time we've seen a serve error in this tournament on Pool B. Meade serves, sends it over. Maxwell, Ellenwood side. Wilhelm receives for Meade. Meade now with the ball in the front line. Sends back over to Ellenwood's back line. Gross has it. We'll send it to Maxwell. Maxwell over to Wilhelm for Meade. They're going to set this one up for number 3, Hatchett. See, Bachman, and Bachman gets it down. Point Meade makes the score 16-14 in favor of the Buffaloes. Brooke Keith here set to serve for the Meade Lady Buffs. Sends it over. Mendez to Ward. Over to Maxwell. Maxwell sends it. Meade backline. Wilhelm receives. Sends this one for Bachman. Bachman to Mendez. Mendez takes this one. Pullman. Mendez takes it over to the line. Takes it over to Meade. Wilhelm territory. Wilhelm takes it over. And now it's Ellenwood ball front line. Maxwell takes it. And Maya Maxwell gets it in. Now the score 17-15. And when it's rapid fire volleyball, it's easy to get tongue-tied. Gross on the serve for Ellenwood takes it to the Meade back lines. It's going to be Ballman to take it in. And it's going to be point for Meade. Substitution Ellenwood. We see Brown in for Gross. 18-15 now. The Meade Lady Buffaloes lead Ellenwood. Madrano will serve here as she takes Bachman's spot in the changeover. Madrano here on the serve. Takes it to Brown. Over to Maxwell, and Maxwell will set this one up for Maxwell. Or Ward will set it up for Maxwell. Madrano on the back line here for Meade. Sets it up here for 15 Keith. No good there. It goes into the net. 18-16 now. The Buffaloes lead. Substitution now. The libero Pullman is out. And now we have both McReynolds on the floor as Brooke makes it into the game. Allison McReynolds to serve here for Ellenwood. It'll be Wilhelm to receive for the Lady Buffaloes. They go under the net. Point Meade makes the score 19-16. This time the serve goes out of bounds, goes over the net off of the Ellenwood hit, and Ellenwood calls timeout. The first timeout call of the game, 20-16. The Meade Buffaloes lead your Ellenwood Eagles here on the Ellenwood Eagles Sports Network as you're watching Lady Eagle Volleyball at the Class 2A state tournament versus Meade Buffaloes here at Gross Memorial Coliseum, campus of Fort Hays State University. Meade will serve. For Meade, it'll be number 21, Corbin Carr. We found out the missing identity. Number 20 is Lauren Christensen. Ellenwood backline. Ward sets this one up for Mendez. Now on the Meade backline, they're going to set this one up here for 15 Wilhelm, or 15 Keith. Point Ellenwood as Keith isn't able to field that one properly. Makes the score 20-17. First set has been a barn burner here. It's 12:46. We're not even done with the first set here, and at some point we're supposed to start the Wabaunsee-Smith Center game. Give me a long one here. That time Wonder takes it in, and it's point for Smith. Maybe a point there for Meade. Wonder gets it in. Makes the score 21-17 here. For Meade, number 10, Kiana Unruh to serve. Unruh takes this one. Ellenwood backline Pullman. That one's going to go right into the net. And that's going to it's going to hit the floor. If not, it would have been a four hit penalty. Makes it 22-17 in favor of Meade. 22-17 Meade. Unruh on the serve takes this one up to Brown. Now over to Maxwell. Maxwell sets this one up for Ward. Ward on the serve. That one goes into the Meade backline. Desperately trying to find something there. Maxwell sends it over for Ellenwood. Meade backline. They set this one up for Wonder. Wonder blocked by Ward. And that time it's going to be a point for Ellenwood as the Maddie Ward block sends it in and makes the score 22-18. Mendez to serve here for Ellenwood. Over to the Meade back line. Now to the Ellenwood front line. Nobody able to get that one as it goes in no man's land. 23-18. The Meade Lady Buffs lead set one. set to serve for Meade, number 15, Callie Keith. Keith sends this one over to Mendez. Now Maxwell sets this up for Ward. Ward tries and sends that one, and it's a point for Ellenwood. There's a little bit of miscommunication on that Meade front line. Now it's 23-19 in favor of the Lady Buffs. Caitlin Pullman set to serve here for Ellenwood. Pullman takes this one up, sets it over to Wilhelm for Meade. Meade sets the front line for Ballman. Now it's over for Bachman. Bachman's able to get it over, and it's Pullman who dives for it but can't get it. Match point Meade with Katie Wilhelm to serve here in the first set. Wilhelm serve is up. Backline Ellenwood grows. Over to Mendez. Sets this one up here for McReynolds. McReynolds just goes into the net, and that's going to be the final here in this one. 25-19 here at the end of one. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
You do a lot of thinking on a bike. About your life, family, your dreams. One of my dreams came to me on a bike, to open up my own shop. So what happens when you complete a dream? Well, you just start thinking of the next.
And I will do it for you.
Marmy's in Great Bend is your full-line dealership offering sales, service, parts, body shop, and auto financing. Marmy's has you covered whether you're looking for a Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac. Stop by Marmy's today and let one of their friendly staff help you find that vehicle you've been looking for. You can also find them online at marmys.net.
We're back here. Alex Hameke here with you. Second set of the Class 2A state volleyball tournament between Ellenwood and Meade. Meade took the first set 25-19. The libero substitutions are in. Wilhelm is in for number 21 Carr. Ellenwood has Pullman in for McReynolds. Meade serving, sends it over to Ellenwood. Ellenwood front line. This one's going to be set up for Mendez. Mendez takes it to the Meade back line. In the Meade front line now. 15 sends it over. 15, Callie Keith. Ellenwood front line sends that one over. Maddie Ward takes that one in, and it's in. Make that the first point of the game, 1-0 in favor of Ellenwood. First serve will come here from Maya Maxwell. As it's going to be jumbled around the front lines for both teams here. Mendez finally sends that one back line, but it goes out of bounds. And it will now be 1-1 in favor of Meade, or in favor of both Meade and Ellenwood. Serve from Meade goes Ellenwood front line in favor of Ward, who will send that one into the Meade front line. That one goes out of bounds. That was fielded by number 3, Hayden Bachman. Tried to get that one inbounds, but couldn't. And it's now 2-1 in favor of Ellenwood. Mendez will serve here for the Lady Eagles. Her serve is up. That one goes into Meade backline. Wilhelm to serve that one and receive it. Maxwell takes it back in the back line for Ellenwood. And it's now in the Meade back line. Meade back, front line over there. Bachman will serve and take it back. Now, Ward sends it back over for Ellenwood. Meade front line. They set that one up for 30 Wondra. Wondra gets that one and gets it into no man's land. McReynolds tried to get it, but she was close but no cigar, and we're tied again at 2. It is Meade volleyball. Wilhelm to serve this one for the Buffaloes. Takes it over, Ellenwood backline Pullman, who will set this one up for Ward. Ward gets that one down, point Ellenwood, as Katie Wilhelm tried to get that one, but just fingertips away from that one. It makes the score 3-2 in favor of the Ellenwood Lady Eagles. Pullman here with the serve for Ellenwood. Takes this one over. Wilhelm receives for Meade. Sets this one up for 21 Christensen. Or 21 Carr. 20 is Christensen. Makes the score now 3-all between Ellenwood and Meade. And Meade serves. Substitution Meade. We'll see Christensen out. And Brooke Keith in. Brooke Keith, the one serving here for the Meade Lady Buffs, sends into the Ellenwood back row. Ward will return it here. Meade front line. That one goes from Hayden Bachman. Seen a lot from her sending it into the back lines, and nobody was back there for a help for Caitlin Pullman. Meade's point. Bachman will serve. Mendez over to Maxwell, sends it Meade front line. Meade front line sets that one from Carr, and Carr gets it down in no man's land again. No help on the back line there for Pullman. 5-3 now the score in favor of Meade. Keith to set it up here for the Meade Buffaloes. It's now over to Ward. Ward sends it, blocked there though. Meade ball in their front line. Meade sets this up for Bachman. Back over to Ward. Ward sends it to the back line for Meade. Wilhelm sets it up for Bauman, and Bauman gets the point. That one was right off the hand of Maya Maxwell. It lands just inches out of bounds and makes the score 6-3 in favor of Meade. Bachman to serve again here. Keith to serve it for Meade. Ellenwood front line. Ward gets it. Wilhelm receives. Now Bachman to Maxwell. Meade front line. Meade sends it over from 21, Carr, and it's a point for Meade there, as Meade's able to get that one again off the hands of a Lady Eagle and then inches out of bounds. 7-3. The Meade Lady Buffaloes lead Ellenwood. Keith serving again. This one sends it over to Pullman. Pullman to Maxwell. Ward sends it over. That one goes into the net. Error there, and it's now 8-3 in favor of Ellenwood, or in favor of Maxwell. Maxwell, Meade. I'm getting everything mixed up today. Ellenwood calls timeout here in the second set as the Lady Buffaloes lead Ellenwood by a score of 7-4. You're watching the Eagle Sports Network as the Ellenwood Lady Eagles are at the Class 2A State Volleyball Tournament here at Gross Memorial Coliseum. Seven 4 here in the second set. Meade took the first set 25-19. Ward's to serve here for Ellenwood after the Meade timeout. Ellenwood with one timeout left, Meade with both of them. Serve from Ward goes Meade back line. Now to the front line, point Ellenwood. We're going to see a line penalty here on Meade. Appeared that one was on number 10, Kayana Unruh. Ellenwood serves again. Ellenwood point now at 7-5 in favor of Meade. Ward on the serve, sends it Meade back line. Now over to the Ellenwood front line, McReynolds. Now to Ward, that one goes into the top of the net, no good. And that's a point for Meade now, 8-5 in favor of the Lady Buffs. Medrano here to serve off the substitution. They bring Medrano in for Bachman. Medrano. Serve into Pullman for Ellenwood. She receives. Now Ward sets this one up for Mendez. Mendez back line to Wilhelm, who receives it from Meade. Over to number 15. Callie Keith sends down the hammer. 8-5. The Meade Buffaloes lead the Ellenwood Eagles. 9-5. Meade leads Ellenwood. Madrano on the serve again here for Meade. Sends this one up. Over to Pullman. Maxwell sends it over. Wilhelm receives for Meade. Keith again sends it to the Ellenwood back line. This one set up here for Maxwell. Wilhelm receives from Meade again. You guessed it. It was Keith who sent it to the Ellenwood back line. And that time it goes out of bounds. The hit there from Maddie Ward goes out. Madrano will serve again. The score now 10-5 in favor of the Meade Lady Buffs. Meade sends it over to Mendez, back over to Ward, and now to Maxwell. It's in, point Meade. And now the score 11-5 in favor of the Ellenwood Lady Eagles, or in favor of the Meade Lady Buffs. Meade will serve Madrano again. Or excuse me, Ellenwood got the point though, I guess. So it's 10-6. They have the scoreboard corrected now. 10-6, Meade leads Ellenwood. Haley Gross will serve it here for the Eagles. Send it over now on that Meade back line. Ballman got it there. Over to Ward. Ward now over to Maxwell. Got the power on it a bit too much there. It goes out of bounds. And it's now 11-6 in favor of Meade. Back line here, Corbin Carr to serve for Meade, I should say. That one goes near the far line. And now over to Maxwell. Meade ball now. They set that one up for Carr. That one now in the Ellenwood back line. Meade ball here. They set it up again. This time in the middle to number 30, Cheyenne Wondra. And she sends it down for the score. Makes it 11-7 for the Meade Buffaloes. That was the Ellenwood score there. Meade Buffaloes lead 11-7. Meade ball here. They send it to Wondra again. Wondra gets it to the Ellenwood front line. Now they send this one over to Maxwell. Maxwell the back line. Wilhelm. That one no good. It's going to be another point for Ellenwood. Make the score 11-8. McReynolds here on the ball. She'll serve it over. Allison McReynolds. Meade front line. They set this one up for Wondra. Wondra over to Maxwell. Maxwell takes it over to Mendez, and Maxwell will take it now. Maxwell sends it to Wondra again, and Wondra's pass goes into the net. Ellenwood is starting to take a resurgent charge, 11-9. The Meade Buffaloes lead. McReynolds to serve here again for the Lady Buffs. This one goes front line. Now Ellenwood front line. Ward sets this one up for Maxwell. Meade back line. That one goes out of bounds off of number 4, Brooke Keith. And now we see the Meade Buffaloes take a timeout. Meade takes a timeout as they lead 11-10 here in the second set. You're listening to Ellenwood Lady Eagle Volleyball, the 2A state tournament at Gross Memorial Coliseum at Hayes. We'll take a break thanks to our sponsors.
Locally owned and operated, Ellenwood Family Foods is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. Ellenwood Family Foods would like to wish the Ellenwood Eagles good luck this season.
H&B Communications is your voice, broadband, cable TV, and home theater dealer in the Ellenwood area. Contact them at 1-800-432-8296 with locations in Ellenwood and Holyrood to suit your needs. H&B Communications, bringing technology to your doorstep. Welcome back to set number 2, 11-10. The Meade Buffaloes come back from their timeout. It is McReynolds on the serve. Meade front line here. Sets this one up for Wondra. Wondra over to Mendez here for Ellenwood. On the back front line here for Ellenwood, Maxwell sends that one into the net, and it's now 12-10 in favor of Meade. Set to serve for the Meade Lady Buffs, number 10, Kayana Unruh. Unruh will send this one. Sends it over to the Ellenwood back line. Jocelyn Brown to receive. Over to Maxwell. Maxwell to Wondra. Wondra took a little bit of a weird pass on that one. She knew when she hit that one that she hit that one a little bit on the wrong side there. 12-11 now in favor of Meade. Ellenwood gets a point. Maxwell with the serve for the Eagles. That one out of bounds. Excuse me, that's in. The setter for the Lady Buffaloes, Katie Wilhelm, thought that one was out, but in all honesty, it was in, and we're tied here at 12 between Meade and Ellenwood. Maxwell set to serve here for the Lady Eagles. Back line here. Wilhelm sits this one up for Christensen. And that one is out. Make it a point for Ellenwood. Ellenwood leads here in the second. Ellenwood took the Smith Center game to 3. Could they do the same here versus Meade? That time it is in. The point is out of bounds, and it'll be point for Meade. So it's now tied at 13. Callie Keith here set to serve for the Meade Buffaloes. Caitlin Pullman sets this one over to Ward. Now over to the Meade front line. They set it up for Ballman. Or for Bachman, I should say. Bachman over to Ward. And that one is a point for Ellenwood. Katie Wilhelm, the libero there for Meade, was trying to get something but couldn't. And it is now 14-13 in favor of the Ellenwood Lady Eagles. Mendez here set to serve. Substitution for Ellenwood. Gross now in for Brown. Mendez here on the serve. Wilhelm receives for Meade. Sends it over Ellenwood front line. McReynolds sets this one up for Maxwell. Wilhelm receives for Meade. Meade front line. Wondra takes it, and Wondra gets the point there as it went off the hands of Maya Maxwell and went out of bounds there, and it's now tied at 14. The libero Wilhelm will be sending this one over for the Meade Buffaloes. Goes back line to Pullman. Maxwell sends it over to Ward. Now in the Meade back line. They send that one over, 21 Carr, and now it's Ellenwood ball in the front line. Ward on it, gets blocked by Wilhelm, not by Wilhelm, but by number 21 Corbin Carr, but that one falls out of bounds, and therefore it is now 15-14 in favor of Ellenwood. Pullman here with the serve, takes this one back line of Meade. They're going to set this one up here for Christensen. That one goes out of bounds, and Ellenwood with a 2-point lead now, 16-14 over the Meade Buffaloes in the second set. Could this one be heading to a third? Goes into the warning track. Pullman to serve here again. Wilhelm to receive for Meade. They set this one up here for Ballman. Now, on the Ellenwood side, Ward sends it to the Meade front line. Ward again, and Ward gets it, and then we got a 3-point lead now, 17-14. The Ellenwood Eagles lead the Meade Lady Buffs. Pullman again on the serve. Pullman here on the serve for Ellenwood. Sends it, Meade back line. Here they're going to try and set this one up for Christensen. They do. And Lauren Christensen there for Meade gets the point. Makes the score 15-17. For Meade, it'll be their serve. It will be number 4, Brooke Keith, who's came into the game in for Christensen. Mendez with the ball, sends it over to Ward. Now Ward takes it over, sets this one up to Maxwell, Meade front line. Ellenwood back line, McReynolds with it, sets it up for Maxwell. Maxwell into the Meade back line, now to the front line. They set this one up for Ballman. Ballman gets that one in, point Meade, and it's now 15-17 for the, 16-17 I should say, for the Lady Eagles. Bachman here on the serve for Meade, over to the Ellenwood back line for Mendez. Lots of excitement on Pool A, and Ellenwood gets the point there as it's 16-18 in favor of Ellenwood. On Pool A, they've already on their, I think they're on their 4th game already, as it is, they're running on time over there. Garden Plain versus Pitt Colgan. Ellenwood back line here. Ward sends it over to Maxwell, over to Wilhelm, who receives it for Meade. Meade front line, Ballman, and Ballman takes it over to Ward. Ward to Maxwell, front line Meade. Bachman takes it. Now over number 21, Carr for Meade, and that's one going to hit the ground for Ellenwood, and it's now 18-17 in favor of the Meade Lady Buffaloes. Substitution Ellenwood, Crystal Madrano comes in. Substitution Meade, Crystal Madrano comes in for Hayden Bachman. And Madrano here will serve. Bachman here over to Mendez. They will set this one up for Maxwell. Maxwell in the Meade front line. They try and send that one over, but it hits the net here for Meade. And the guilty party there, Kayana Unruh. So Unruh there will make the score 19-17 in favor of the Ellenwood Eagles. Gross here. Ellie Gross sends it over. Over to Wilhelm, the libero. That one out of bounds. There'll be another point for Ellenwood. Make it 17-20. Haley Gross on the serve. She sends it over. Meade backline out of bounds. And it'll be a point for the Meade Lady Buffs. 20-18 now for Meade. Or for Ellenwood, I should say. Meade point. And it will be for the Buffaloes, number 21, Corbin Carr, to serve. Serve from Carr up. Ellenwood backline, Brown. Over to Ward. Now over to Maxwell. That one goes out inbounds, as that one was thought there by Hayden Bachman to be an out-of-bounds ball, but was inbounds, and now the score 18-21 in favor of Ellenwood. Second set, it is 1:09, and we're still here in set number 2, looking to possibly go to a third. Meade front line here, set up, and it's going to be over to the Ellenwood front line. Maxwell sends it over, blocked there. Number 30, Cheyenne Wondra on the block there for the Buffaloes. And it's now Meade ball. 21-19, the Lady Eagles lead. Kayana Unruh set to serve. Ward will receive for the Eagles. Over to Maxwell, now over to Ward again. Meade backline. They're working up. Now it's going to be a pass in. Mendez for Ellenwood sends it over from Maxwell. Meade line in the front. They're going to send it to Wondra. Wondra on the return. Over to the Meade back line now. Sets this one up for 15 Unruh, or 15 Keith. Ellenwood ball in the front line. Maxwell. That one goes down and out, and it's now 22-19 in favor of Ellenwood. The three-point lead again achieved for the Eagles, and now we're going to see a Meade timeout. Meade has called their second timeout of the game. The Ellenwood Lady Eagles lead 22-19. You are watching, you're listening to Ellenwood Lady Eagle Volleyball at the Class 2A state tournament here at Gross Memorial Coliseum at the campus of Fort Hays State University. Maxwell here set to serve for the Eagles, who lead 22-19 on Meade after Meade calls their second and final timeout of the set. This time the ball goes right into the net, and it's now 23-19. We're looking to possibly take this one into a third. Match 23-19 Ellenwood. Maxwell with the point and the serve. Back line out of bounds. It will be Meade ball now as it's 23-20. To serve for Meade, number 15, Callie Keith. Keith on the serve, takes it in, back line to Pullman. Now over to Maxwell. Maxwell to Ward, that one blocked. It's a point for Ellenwood. The block there by number 20, Lauren Christensen, and now it's match point Ellenwood, 24-20. If Ellenwood wins this match, they take it to a third. Anahi Mendez, the Ellenwood crowd is up on their feet. Mendez on the point. Meade back line. They set this one up for Wondra. Wondra over to Maxwell for Ellenwood. Now over to Pullman. They set this one up here for Gross to head over. Meade front line. Wondra again. Maxwell over to Gross. Not good there. Meade now with the ball. They have it 24-21. And a substitution for Meade. Now as we'll see Number 21, Carr coming in for number 30, Wondra. The libero, Katie Wilhelm, will serve for Meade. Wilhelm serve goes up. Pullman receives for Ellenwood. It's going to be taken up. Maxwell to serve. No good there, and it's going to be a point for Meade again. Now it's 22-24. Meade point again. Wilhelm to serve for the Lady Buffs. Wilhelm serve is up. Ellenwood backline Pullman. Going to be now Maxwell. Sets this one up for Mendez. Over to the Meade backline Wilhelm. They're going to set this one up here for Christensen. Receiving for number 21, Carr. Ward gets it. Point Ellenwood. They get the second set as that one is mishandled there from Christensen. We're heading to a third set here between the Ellenwood Lady Eagles and the Meade Lady Buffs. Ellenwood takes set number 2, 25-22. Teams will switch their benches here. Got about 2 minutes until we are about ready to start set number 3, a decisive set here. The winner of this set is still alive. The loser of this set is essentially out. Over in Class 1A, the Otis Bison Cougars have gone 0-2. The first losing to Centralia and then falling to Olpe in 2. 23-25, 25-13. Fell to Centralia, do not have a score unfortunately. Let's see if Keisha does. They're at the 1A regional, the 1A state. Centralia defeats Otis Bison 25-14, 25-12. Here on the third set, Ellenwood will serve to start set number 3. They switch out the liberos here, so Katie Wilhelm is in for Meade. And out for Meade is number 21, Corbin Carr. For Ellenwood, the libero Caitlin Pullman will come in, and out will come Allison McReynolds. Maya Maxwell will start the third set off with her serving. Maxwell's jump serve up. That's going to go Meade backline. And that one's going to be a first point serve for Ellenwood. As that one just a little bit mishandling there. Makes the score 1-0 in favor of the Lady Eagles. Maxwell set to serve again. This serve goes up. Hits the top of the net. Meade still recovers that one. Wonder's going to take it. And we're going to see a point there for Meade as it was a lift call. The guilty party there, Brooke McReynolds. Here for Meade, their first serve will come from number 10, Kayana Unruh. Unruh's serve goes over Ellenwood backline. Maxwell sets this one up for Ward. Ward there. That one goes Meade backline here. They're going to set this one up for 15, Unruh, or 15, Keith. Ward now on the serve. That one going out of bounds, and it will be a second point here for the Meade Lady Buffs. They lead 2-1. Or excuse me, it will stay 1-all. Yeah, it is 2-1 now for the Meade Buffs in the third set. Serve here, number 10, Kayana Unruh. Wondrous serve there, blocked. And now it's over to the Meade back line. They now send it over to Unruh again, over now to the back line of Meade again after being blocked by Maddie Ward. We're going to see a point there for Ellenwood as It goes out of bounds, and it might the score 2-all. They're tied up again. Mendez to serve for Ellenwood. Sends it to Meade back line. Over now to the Ellenwood back line. Maxwell sets this one up for Ward. Over to the Meade back line here. Wonder, a block there by Ward. It's a point for Ellenwood. 3-2, the Eagles lead. Mendez will serve again. This one goes to Wilhelm. That one served by Christensen, Lauren Christensen. That one goes in the net. Another point there for Ellenwood, 4-2. The Lady Buffs have, the Ellenwood Lady Eagles have it. Mendez on the serve. Over to Wilhelm. Set this one up for 15. It's back over to Meade. It's out of bounds. Point for Meade. 15 for Meade, being Callie Keith, 5'7" senior. She's the one serving for the Buffaloes. It'll be over to the Ellenwood back line. Now over to the Meade back line. Bachman sends it over to the Ellenwood back line, and it'll be Ward who will send it over to Ellenwood's. Point was in, and it'll be point Ellenwood. Makes the score 3-5 on court A. Pitt Colgan and Garden playing that score 22-17 in favor of the Pitt Colgan Panthers. But Garden Plain is roaring back in that one. Meade back line here off the Pullman serve for Ellenwood. She's the one who fields it in the Ellenwood back line. Maxwell sends it to the Meade back line. They're going to set this one up for Bachman. Back in the Meade back line. Wonder gets it into no man's land, and it is point for Meade, 4-5, as the Meade Lady Buffaloes have a 1-point deficit on the Ellenwood Lady Eagles. Wilhelm, the libero, to serve for Meade. Sends this one to Pullman, now over to Maxwell. To Ward, Meade back line. To Bachman, Ellenwood back line now. Over to Maxwell. Maxwell sends it to the Meade back line. They set this one up for Christensen. Christensen gets it into no man's land and makes the score 5-all here in the third set. Over on court A, they're getting real close here to a victory for Pitt Colgan, 24-18. And by the sounds of it, it's 24-19 now for Garden Plain. Ellenwood backline here. Ward sends it to Meade's backline. Now for Meade, they set it up for 21, Unruh. That one goes out of bounds, and it will be a Meade Lady Buffalo point. Make it 6-5 in favor for Meade. The setter, Wilhelm, takes it over. That'll be Maxwell, who sets it up for Ward. Ward takes it over. Now on the Meade back line, lots of excitement in court A. This point is going to go out of bounds, and it will now be 7-5 in favor of Meade. Over on court A, 24-20, Pitt Colgan is hanging on by shoelaces to Garden Plain. Court B, Wilhelm, the serve, sends it to the Ellenwood back line. Over now to McReynolds. Meade back line. Now diving save there from Wilhelm to put it in the Ellenwood front line. Ward over to the Ellenwood back line here. Sends this one up for Christensen. And Christensen now to the Ellenwood front line. McReynolds saves it there. Over to Gross. Gross to the Meade front line. Takes this one in. Over to Unruh. No good. That one goes in the net. Point Ellenwood, 7-6 Meade. Maddie Ward to serve here for Ellenwood. Meade back line. They set this one up for number 21, Carr. Now they send it up for Bachman. All of them in the Meade front line. It's going to be a point here for Meade. Now it's 8-6, excuse me. Pitt Colgan finally won that match versus Garden Plain, 25-20. Set to serve for Meade, Brooke Keith. Keith serve, fielded there by Pullman. And Pullman there had that one going backwards. Makes the score now 9-6 in favor of the Buffaloes in the third set. Keith now going to change angles here. This one going right on top of the net, and that one makes it another point off the net on the top of the net. Still good, hits the ground, and makes the score 10-6 in favor of the Meade Lady Buffs. Keith on the serve, sends it over to Mendez in the Ellenwood back line. Over to Ward, now to Maxwell. Maxwell over to the Meade back line, goes out of bounds, and is now 11-6 in favor of Meade. And Ellenwood's going to call their first timeout here of the set. Set number 3, 10-6. The Meade Lady Buffaloes lead the Ellenwood Lady Eagles here in the third set of the Acacia Class 2A State Volleyball Championship pool play game. You're listening to the Ellenwood Lady Eagle volleyball team on YouTube. Timeout taken by Ellenwood will be set to be Brooke Keith on the score. Keith over to Mendez, now to Ward, sets this one up for Maxwell. Maxwell, Meade back line. Send this one in, and now it's going to be Ward. Over to Maxwell, Meade back line. Over to Meade's front line by number 21, Carr. A little bit too much power there, and it's going to be a point for the Ellenwood Eagles. 11-7, the Buffaloes lead still. Gross on the point for Ellenwood, or on the serve, I should say. Sets it up for Bachman for Meade, and Meade's going to get the point there. Bachman gets the point, and it's in good. Now we're going to see a serving substitution. Bachman in for Medrano. For Ellenwood, we're going to see Gross in for Brown in for Ward. Brown in for Gross. There we go, got it fixed. Medrano on the serve here for the Buffaloes. Sends this one over to Pullman, now over to Ward. And that time Medrano tried to field it but could not. And now the score is 12-8. Substitution now. Both McReynolds are in the game as Brooke comes in for the libero, Caitlin Pullman. Allison McReynolds to serve here. Goes into the Meade back line. In that back line, sends that one in. That one's good on the kick there from Callie Keith. Makes the score 13-8. Serve here from number 21, Lauren Christensen. Over to the Ellenwood front lines. They set that one up for Mendez. Now to the Meade back line. Looks like they will set this one up for Carr. Now for Ellenwood, they're going to set this one up here for Maxwell. And that one hit the line, hit the pole on top, right in front of the referee. And it'll be a point for Meade. 14-8, the Buffaloes lead. Christensen set to serve again. Christensen over to Ward. Now to Maxwell. They'll set this one up for Ward. This one will go out of bounds here, make the score 15-8 in favor of the Meade Lady Buffaloes. Ellenwood back line here. Brown sets it up. A little bit of miscommunication there between Brooke McReynolds and Maddie Ward. It makes the score 16-8. The winner of this game is still alive. Remember, both teams came into this game 0-1. Serve there from Christensen goes out of bounds. Meade went and fell to Abunzi in 2. Ellenwood fell to Smith Center in 3. Substitution now for Meade as we're going to see Christensen come out and the libero Wilhelm come in. For Ellenwood, Pullman is back in. Now for Allison McReynolds. Ellenwood front line here as it's going to be Ward sending it into the Meade front line. Wondra for Ellenwood. Sends it to the Meade back line. And now it is a point for Ellenwood. Multiple Buffaloes on the floor. Wondra being one of them. Keith being one of them alongside, both Callie and Brooke Keith alongside Cheyenne Wondra. Meade back line here off the Maya Maxwell serve. Mendez gets that one and it's out of bounds. It'll be point Meade, makes the score 17-10. Serve here by number 10, Kiana Unruh. Unruh here to Pullman on the front line. That one will stay in the Ellenwood side as it goes and hits the ground, so it's 18-10. Meade Buffalo ball. Meade Buffalo lead. Unruh on the serve here. Over to Ward. He'll set it up. And now it goes, and it's an Ellenwood point. That one off the hands of Katie Wilhelm. As she was diving for it, and she hit it with her knuckles, and it went right into the ground on the power ball there. Mendez to serve it for Ellenwood. That one hits the net, saved there, 18-11, Meade leads. Mendez here on the Ellenwood front line to Maxwell. They set it up for Ward. Now Meade back line. This one going to be sent over by Wondra. Ellenwood front line. McReynolds is going to set this one up for Maxwell. Now to the Meade back line, but they won't as that one goes out of bounds. Make the score now 19-11. Callie Keith here will serve it for Meade. She's at the corner. We've seen it dangerous when she serves it from there. Pullman will receive it and send it over. Now Ward, that one going out of bounds. And it's now an Ellenwood point. 19-12 in favor of the Meade Lady Buffaloes. Caitlin Pullman, the libero, will serve this one over for Ellenwood. Sends it over to Wilhelm for Meade. They're going to set this one up for Ballman. They won't. It goes into Ellenwood territory. Now on the Meade front line. Now Ballman gets it. Or Bachman, I should say. And there it's a point for Ellenwood as Meade had pretty much everybody there down on the ground. 1:30 and we're 30 minutes behind schedule. Whoop-de-doo us. Ellenwood ball. Pullman the libero here to serve. Pullman serve goes Meade backline. Wilhelm receives it. Sets this one up for Bachman. Now over to Ellenwood. McReynolds sets this one up for Maxwell. Over now to Meade. They set this one up for number 20, Carr. Ellenwood front line. This one set up for Ward. Now to the Meade midline. They're going to set this one up for Bachman. Bachman's one is going to go out of bounds. That one goes 19-14 now in favor of the Meade Buffaloes, but Ellenwood with the point. Caitlin Pullman with the ball, sends it over. Meade backline, they set this one up for Bachman. Bachman sends it over to Pullman for Ellenwood. They're going to set this one up for Ward in the middle. That one blocked there between Wondra and Christensen. Ellenwood ball again. That one saved, and is now a Meade point. Everybody upon everybody trying to get somewhere, and nobody was able to get anywhere. 2014, the Meade Buffaloes lead. Katie Wilhelm, the libero for Meade to serve. Serve is up. It's Ellenwood front line to Ward. That one blocked immediately there by number 21, Corbin Carr, alongside number 3, Hayden Bachman. Doesn't matter though. Point Ellenwood. That one goes out of bounds. Maddie Ward on the serve here goes to Meade's back line. They're going to set this one up here for Carr. Blocked there by Allison McReynolds, and McReynolds gets the block there. Textbook is stuffing in a turkey on that one. 2016, Meade leads it. The point here, going 2016, Ward on the serve for the Eagles. Ward sets this one up for Maxwell. That one inside the pole, and that will now make it 21-16 in favor of the Meade Lady Buffaloes. A lot of excitement on court one now. 9-8. The Garden Plain Owls leading the Pitt Colgan Panthers here on the serve from Ellenwood. Point Ellenwood as that one gets over 3. Buffaloes makes the score 21-17. Ellenwood will serve. It will be Haley Gross for the Eagles. Gross on the serve over the Ellenwood front line. They're going to send that one to Christensen. Ellenwood now going to be stuffed there at the line. 2-hit penalty there. We're seeing a lift penalty. That one on Allison McReynolds. The Twins getting me mixed up. We're going to have a substitution here as Medrano is in for Bachman. And now we will see Ellenwood call timeout. Ellenwood timeout here, 22-17 in the third set. Crystal Medrano set to serve here for Meade. Serve is up. That one goes to Brown. Now to Ward. Maxwell will set it over. Over now to Wilhelm, the setter. And a point now for Ellenwood. A little bit of miscommunication there. Ball hits the ground for Meade. 22-18. The Buffaloes lead it. Substitution for Ellenwood. We'll see Brooke McReynolds come into the game for Caitlin Pullman. Substitution for Meade. We'll see Medrano come out for Bachman. Allison McReynolds to serve and hold up. We're going to have a substitution. We're going to see a rotation check. And good thing they caught that, or it would have been a point for Meade, and at the score of 22-18, you can't afford that. McReynolds on the serve. Over to Meade ball now. Meade stuffed at the line, but it's going to be a point for the Buffaloes, as it was Brooke McReynolds who stuffed it. Now a substitution. Pullman back in for Allison McReynolds. For Ellenwood, it's going to be Lauren Christensen to serve for the Buffaloes. Christensen over to Ward, sets it up for Maxwell, back over to Ward. Ward goes into the net, and now it's 24-18. Match point here for the Meade Buffaloes in set number 3. Christensen will serve it, and it is close. Again, if Meade wins this one, they are still alive in pool play. Mendez's serve. Over now to Ellenwood. Ellenwood front line. Ward sends it over to the Meade back line. Meade back line. They set this one up for Wondra. Wondra in the Ellenwood back line now. Ward sets it up for Maxwell. Maxwell over to Bachman, I should say. Over now to Wondra. Here on this set point, this is going to be set up for Maxwell. Maxwell now over to the Meade lines. Wondra sets it for Meade over to Anahi Mendez, and that's going to be the end of the game as 25-18, the Meade Buffaloes defeat the Ellenwood Eagles in 3 sets. (25-18) in the third set. Meade defeats Ellenwood, as it was 25-19 Meade in the first, 25-22 Ellenwood in the second. In the third set, 25-18 Meade. Ellenwood improves to 1-1 in pool play. Ellenwood falls to 0-2. The 1 p.m. match will be between the Smith Center Redmen and the Wabaunsee Chargers, which is going to be starting about a solid hour late now. And then at 2 p.m., when that game will start, we will have the Ellenwood Lady Eagles taking on the Wabaunsee Lady Chargers. If you are a member of the Ellenwood High School volleyball page, I will make a post when we are getting close to the Smith Center Wabaunsee game getting over. But for now, I'm going to sign off. Alex Hamicke here with you. Again, in 3 sets, the Meade Buffaloes defeat Ellenwood. Meade taking the first set 25-19. Ellenwood taking the second 25-22. Meade takes the third 25-18. I'm Alex Hamicke. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later as the Ellenwood Eagles take on the Wabaunsee Chargers. Hello and welcome, everybody. Alex Hamicke here with you as the Ellenwood Eagles are set to take on the Wabaunsee Chargers. as it is the final game in pool play for Ellenwood. Ellenwood unfortunately going 0-2 in their previous games, falling to Smith Center in 3, and then falling to Meade in 3. They will not qualify for pool play, so this is the final game of the Ellenwood Eagles season. For the Wabaunsee Chargers, they defeated the Meade Buffaloes in 2, and just now fell to the Smith Center Lady Red in 2, beating Wabaunsee scores of 30-20. The Wabaunsee Chargers beating Meade in scores of 30-28 in the first set. In the second set, 25-21. In the second set, the Smith Center Lady Red defeated Wabaunsee 25-17 and 25-21. So Wabaunsee coming in 1-1, Ellenwood coming in 0-2. As if Wabaunsee falls, it will more than likely be the end for Wabaunsee as well. But I shouldn't 100% say that. Meade could also, I don't really know. Meade, the 3 seed, fell to Wabaunsee, who's the 6, in a game that should have really gone Meade's way. And in that case, if Wabaunsee wins and Meade wins, I would suspect that Wabaunsee would go on into Saturday play. If Wabaunsee wins and Meade falls to Smith Center, that's going to be the next match. We will see Wabaunsee go on. If Wabaunsee loses and Meade wins the next match, it would be expected to see the Meade Buffaloes in Saturday play. The Smith Center Lady Red have punched their ticket in. They're 2-0 on the day. Victories over the Ellenwood Lady Eagles. That game was at 11 a.m. Defeating the Lady Eagles in 3. His first set going in favor of Ellenwood, 25-10. Then it was all Smith Center, 25-18 in the first. In the second set, 25-20 in the third. And then defeating Wabaunsee, 25-17 in the first, 25-21 in the second. The next game that we will see will be the Smith Center Lady Red taking on the Meade Lady Buffaloes in the nightcap of the pool play here. Over on Pool A, they've been running a whole lot more smoothly on that side of the ball, as the Garden Plain Owls are taking on, I believe that is Valley Heights. And looking at the rosters, I would have to agree, as that should be the nightcap over there. Nope, the game that will end it over there will be Pitt Colgan taking on Maranatha Academy. It is the second set over there, 21-18. However, the Valley Heights Mustangs lead Garden Plain. So we could see our first three-set game over in Pool 1 with the Garden Plain Owls and the Valley Heights Mustangs. On Court B, the Wabaunsee Chargers and the Ellenwood Lady Eagles are warming up. Wabaunsee made it into the Ellenwood made it to the sub-state, made it to Hayes today, winning the Inman sub-state, beating Hillsborough, beating Inman, and beating Ellsworth to get the victory. Meanwhile, for Wabaunsee, when my computer decides to load it, there we go. Wabaunsee was at the sub-state. They hosted their own sub-state, actually. And in their sub-state, defeated Horton, defeated Rossville, and then defeated Jeff County North to come here to today's tournament action. Wabaunsee, I'm reading off how Valley Heights did at their own sub-state. So I'm at the wrong one. Here we go. This, I think, would be it. Oh, that's Maranatha. They're at the Harrington sub-state. My apologies. But Wabaunsee defeated Mission Valley, Northern Heights, and Harrington in order to be here at Hayes today. Ellenwood again defeating Hillsboro, Inman, and Ellsworth to be at today's tournament as well. In 1A action, the Otis Bison Cougars taking on Wheatland Grinnell. Do we have a score update from there? I question if we do or not. And we do not yet. See if Dusty Dennis has posted anything. Dusty Dennis at KD Country 94 up in Beloit. The Beloit St. John Blue Jays made it to the 1A state tournament, and he's been posting scores from the 1A tournament being hosted out at Emporia at White Auditorium. Ellenwood comes in the 7th seed in the tournament with a record of 27-11. Their current record is 27-13 heading into the game right now. Wabaunsee came in 29-10, and they are currently at 30-11 heading into this game. 24-23, Garden Plain has edged their way back into the game. So now we will have to see Garden Plain get one more point, and then we will see the nightcap ending game as we will see, I believe we're going to see Pitt Colgan. It should be Pitt Colgan taking on Maranatha. But here we are, Court B, Pool 2. We are ready for the Wabaunsee Chargers and your Ellenwood Lady Eagles. And they got the winning point. Garden Plain defeats Maranatha Valley Heights in 2 sets. And if I have myself correct, the Garden Plain Owls should have punched a ticket into Saturday action. More than likely, we will see Pitt Colgan joining them out of that pool. In this pool, Smith Center has already punched their ticket in. It is currently between Wabaunsee and Meade, however, on who will make it into Saturday's action. The only situation that Meade can have in order to make it into the game is that the Lady Eagles defeat Wabaunsee here, and then the Buffaloes of Meade defeat the Smith Center Lady Red. Any other scenario will cause the Wabaunsee Chargers to more than likely go on to Saturday action. Two seniors on the roster for the Wabaunsee Chargers. They include number 10, Alyssa Lohmeyer, and number 2, Abby Oliver. Rounding out, we'll have Laurel Barber at number 1, Kara Haffenstein number 4, Jordan Maggette number 5, Macy Falk number 7, Morgan DeVader number 8, Hannah Mumpower number 9, Lohmeyer 10, Autumn Schreiner number 13, Madison Wetzberger 14, Megan Hostler, 15, and the libero, Alexis Haffenstein, at number 35. For the Elmwood Eagles, Haley Gross, number 1, Jocelyn Brown, number 2, Maya Maxwell, number 3, Ana Jimenez, number 10. Number 18 goes to Kellyanne Williams, number 24, Mary Dimmitt, number 25, Madison Ward, number 26, Brooke McReynolds, number 27, Allison McReynolds, and number 30, Caitlin Pullman. Pullman is the libero. The head coach of the Elmwood Eagles is Greg Maxwell. He's assisted by Cassie Batchman. The Wabaunsee Chargers are coached by Tracy Capoon, and she is assisted by Karen Wright and Kara Flatch. Ellenwood now in their away red uniforms, white lettering, white numbering, and blue striping. Wabaunsee in home blue uniforms with the Charger mascot on the shoulder, white numbering, and red lettering in the front. With Wabaunsee on the front, numbering in white, I should say. Substitution made for the Eagles, not being the libero, Caitlin Pullman coming in for Allison McReynolds, number 27. The libero will not enter the game for Wabaunsee to start off. It will be Maya Maxwell who will serve first for the Ellenwood Eagles. Serve from Maxwell is up. It will go to the Wabaunsee back line, and then we'll set this one up here for Oliver. That one goes out of bounds, and it will go off the bounds off the Ward block, and it will be 1-0 Wabaunsee over Ellenwood. Wabaunsee on the serve. It is the libero. They've moved her in, and it's now Ellenwood back line. Ward sends it over to the Wabaunsee back line, and now they're going to set this one up here. Number 14, Madison Wetzberger. She gets it, and it is now another point for Ellenwood to make it 1-1. Ana Jimenez on the serve for the Ellenwood Eagles. That one goes up. Go to the Wabaunsee back line for Haffenstein. It'll be for Barber, who will send this over to the Ellenwood back line. Now over to Gross. Gross sends it, and it'll be out of bounds. Now 2-1 in favor of Wabaunsee. Wabaunsee will serve, and it will be number 5, Jordan Maggette, a 5'7" sophomore, to do the honors. Serve is up, goes to the Ellenwood back line. Pullman now sets it up for Ward. Ward now on the Wabaunsee back line. We'll set this one up here for Barber, and it'll be Ellenwood to save it. It'll be a little bit of a jostle up in the very front of the net, and Gross will send it over to the Wabaunsee back line, but we're going to see a penalty as that one's a hit downward on Ellenwood. Looked like that was number 1, Haley Gross, the guilty party there. Make the score 3-1 in favor of Wabaunsee. Jordan Maggette will serve again here for Wabaunsee. Maggette's serve clears over. Pullman gets it, and it will be fielded, and it will be Gross to send it over to the Wabaunsee back line. Back line here, they're going to set this one up, number 14, Wetzberger. Wetzberger here sends that one down for the kill, and that will make it 4-1, in favor of the Wabaunsee Chargers. Maggette will serve again here for Wabaunsee. Sends this one over, Ellenwood back line. Maxwell sends this one to Ward. That one goes right to the libero, Haffenstein, for Wabaunsee. Wetzberger sends it to the Wabaunsee back line, and now it's back over to that Wabaunsee back line. They set this one up here for Barber. Pullman in the Ellenwood back line saves it. Gross was going to send it, and then it went right into the net, and that makes the score 5-1 for Wabaunsee. Substitution Ellenwood, we will see Jocelyn Brown come into the game here for Haley Gross. Maggette here for the serve for Wabaunsee. Pullman on the diving save here. Ward will take it in, and Ward's hit is out, which will be making the score 6-1. The Ellenwood fans have to disagree on the bird's eye view. They saw it as it went out. It was out though, but off a Wabaunsee touch. Wabaunsee here on their back line. It's going to be the libero Haffenstein to send it back into Ellenwood territory. Ward sends it over back into the Wabaunsee front line. They're going to send it over, but we're going to see the lift call on Wabaunsee, and now we will see it 6-2 in favor of the Wabaunsee Chargers. Caitlin Pullman, the Ellenwood libero, set to serve this one for Ellenwood. It'll be received in the Wabaunsee back line. Send it off number 14, Wetzberger. Now on the Ellenwood front line, it'll be Maxwell to send it over to Wabaunsee. This time Barber will do the honors, and that one was in. Ana Jimenez tried to get it, but was close, but no cigar. Makes the score 7-2 in favor of the Wabaunsee Chargers in the first set. Now we'll see Wetzberger sending it over here for Wabaunsee. Over to Brown. Brown will send this up for Maxwell. Excuse me, for Ward. Now in the Wabaunsee front line. Going to be set up, and it's going to be blocked immediately by Maddie Ward. Ward here tries to go for the second block, won't, but Pullman will get it in the back line. Ward sets it up and will send it over to the Wabaunsee back line. Now in the Wabaunsee front line, it's going to be Barber, but she can't get it. That one goes into the net. It'll be a point for Ellenwood, makes the score 7-3 in favor of the Wabaunsee Chargers. Maddie Ward will send the ball over here for the Eagles as they are down 7-3 to the Wabaunsee Lady Chargers. It'll be sent over by Alyssa Lohmeyer, and it is a point for Wabaunsee. Back deep to serve here for the Chargers will be number 1, Laurel Barber, a 5'5" junior. Barber serves this one. Ellenwood backline Mendez. It'll be set up for Maxwell. Maxwell sends this one. Wabaunsee backline. This one's going to be set up for number 13, Schreiner. Now on the Ellenwood front line, this one Maxwell's going to send up. Back over to the Ellenwood front line off a quick return from Wabaunsee. Ward takes it, and that one's going to go. And it's going to be a powwow there. Five Wabaunsee Lady Chargers looking down at the ball. The volleyball right in the middle of all of them. Point Ellenwood makes it 8-4 in favor of Wabaunsee. Haley Gross will serve this one here for Ellenwood. Goes up now. Sent to the Wabaunsee back line. They will set this one up for number 10, Lohmeyer. That one will hit the ground, and it will be a point for the Chargers and make the score 9-4. Barber will serve again. We'll see 2 substitutions here. And now we will see number 7, Macy Falk, who will come in to serve. Falk's serve is going to go to the back line to Brown. Over now to Maxwell. Sets it up for McReynolds. Back line Wabaunsee. Here they are. Sends it over. Number 2, Oliver. Ellenwood front line here. Maxwell sends it over Wabaunsee back line. Over to Haffenstein. Now to the front line. Kill there. Number 15. Megan Hostler goes out of bounds, so the point for Ellenwood makes the score 9-5. Point here for Ellenwood. I've been informed that Ellenwood has a chance still to go on tomorrow. I'll explain that after this point here. Wabaunsee here on the kill, almost had it. There we go. Maxwell with the stuff at the line, Wabaunsee front line. They're going to send it over from Lohmeyer. Now Ellenwood back line. Ward's going to set this up here for Maxwell. Maxwell over to Barber. Now Wabaunsee ball. Ward sends it up, sets it up for Maxwell. Maxwell's shot is in, and that's going to be a point for Ellenwood. Scores now 9-6. Ellenwood still has a chance to go on tomorrow if they beat Wabaunsee and Meade loses the Smith Center. There's a 3-way tie for second, and then it goes to the tiebreaker. And we'll go to tiebreak. That point will go to Wabaunsee, and the score now 10-6. So Ellenwood still has a chance, hopefully. Wabaunsee here with the serve from number 10, Alyssa Lohmeyer. Maxwell just sends that one down, and it's going to be a point for the Eagles. They got the first touch. They weren't able to get the second one as that went backwards. 10-7 the score between Ellenwood and Wabaunsee. The Wabaunsee Chargers lead, and Maxwell set to serve. Maxwell's serve goes up. Oliver takes it. Barber takes it for Wabaunsee. They're going to send it up through Wetzberger. This time on the return there, made by Brooke McReynolds, and it sends the ball into no man's land, and will now make the score 10-8. Maxwell set to serve here again. 10-8, the Chargers lead the Eagles. Back line here, Barber receives it. Sends it up for Oliver over to the Ellenwood front line. Maxwell sends it to the Wabaunsee back line here. Now, it'll be Wetzberger. Ellenwood front line. It's going to be sent up. Wabaunsee back to the Ellenwood back line here, as it will be Maxwell to set this one up for Ward. Ward takes this one up, and it'll be sent over to Falk. This one now set up for 15, Hostler. Maxwell sets this one up for Ward on the Ellenwood front line. That one's stuffed there. Number 14, Madison Wetzberger does it there for the point and makes the score 11-8 in favor of the Wabaunsee Lady Chargers. The libero, Alexis Haffenstein, to set this one up for Wabaunsee. Ellenwood front line. This one goes back. Will it be enough there from Caitlin Pullman? No, it won't. That one was out of bounds, and a saving grace there trying to get something, but unfortunately it fell a good couple of feet in front of the net. So the score now 12-8 in favor of Wabaunsee. Haffenstein to serve again, this time to Brown, and that one was being hit as she was hitting it. And the score now 13-8 in favor of Wabaunsee. Haffenstein to serve again. Over to Ward. Ward will bring this one to Maxwell. Sets it up for Ward. Ward, that one out of bounds. So that'll be a point for Wabaunsee. Is a little bit too much power there on the ball. 14-8 the score. Haffenstein serves again for Wabaunsee. Pullman receives for Ellenwood. They will send this one up, and it will be Mendez to take it, and Mendez will get the score. Sends that one into no man's land. Macy Falk was there close to it, but close but no cigar. Substitution for Ellenwood. Haley Gross is in for Jocelyn Brown. We will see Anahi Mendez serving for the Ellenwood Eagles. 14-9, the Wabaunsee Chargers lead. Mendez's serve is up, and that will go to the Wabaunsee back line. Sends this one up. It'll be Barber to receive. Pullman tries to dive for it, but cannot get to it, and is now 15-9 in favor of Wabaunsee. Serve here will be from number 5, Jordan Maggette. The serve will go and hit the top of the net and bounce right back into Wabaunsee territory. So it will be a point for Ellenwood, 15-10. Pullman, the libero, set to serve for Ellenwood. Serve is up. This one goes Wabaunsee back line. Going to set this one up here for 13, Schreiner. Now set up for Ward. Go to the Wabaunsee front line. Sets this one up, 13, Schreiner again. Maxwell gets it. And now they're going to set this one up for Ward again. Ward, Wabaunsee back line now. Setting this one up for Barber. That one from Barber. Too much power on that one. It's out of bounds. Point Ellenwood. 15-11, the Chargers lead. Here's the serve from Pullman that goes into the Wabaunsee back line. 15-10 now. Excuse me, 15-11. Wabaunsee back line still. They're going to send this one from Barber, stuffed at the line from McReynolds, and it's going to be a point for Ellenwood. 4 hits on the Wabaunsee Chargers, and it's a block there from Allison McReynolds, which causes it. 15-12 now. Pullman with the serve for the Eagles. Gets this one up, Wabaunsee back line. They're going to set this here one up for 13, Schreiner. That one another point for Ellenwood, goes into the net. Now it's 15-13 in favor of the Wabaunsee Chargers, but Ellenwood starting to roar back into this one. The serve from Pullman, the libero. This one is going to go into the midline here. Set up by Oliver, and it's going to be a point for Ellenwood. Maddie Ward was able to tip that one in, and we're going to see a Wabaunsee Charger timeout. Wabaunsee calls their first timeout as they are up 14-15 on the Ellenwood Eagles, but Ellenwood has become a resurgent team as of recent. It is now 14-15, Wabaunsee. They take their first timeout here in set number 1. Pullman to serve here after the Wabaunsee timeout. 15-14, the Chargers lead. It'll be the Wabaunsee back line here. They're going to bring this one in here for Schreiner. Ellenwood back line now. Maxwell sets this one up for Ward, back over to the Wabaunsee back line. Here they go. It's going to be Barber to get it into the midline for Maxwell. Now it's going to be Ward sends it back over to Maxwell. Wabaunsee back line, an backwards pass there, and it's going to be going out of bounds. We're tied at 15. Third tie in this match. Once when we were at 1 apiece, then when we were at 2 apiece, and now at 15 apiece. Pullman, the libero, here for the hit. That one goes into the net. Now it's 16-15 in favor of the Wabaunsee Chargers. Here to serve now for Wabaunsee, number 14, Madison Wetzberger. Wetzberger's serve is up. This one's going to go midline, and that one hit from Pullman's going to take it up to the Wabaunsee front line. Barber's got it, and that one's going to go into no man's land, and now the score is 17-15 Wabaunsee. Mendez here on the serve. She'll take it. And it'll be sent over from Ward. Now in the Wabaunsee back line as the Eagles are down 17-15. It's going to be sent by Lohmeyer, and Lohmeyer digs that one into the ground. Point for Wabaunsee. 18-15 now the score. Wetzberger will serve it again for the Chargers. They find themselves up 18-15 on the Ellenwood Lady Eagles. Wetzberger's serve is up. Mendez receives for the Eagles. It'll be set up for Ward. Ward will take this one, Wabaunsee back line, and now it's going to be taken. It looked like it'll be Barber to take it in for Ellenwood. Ellenwood back line now. Over to Ward. Ward takes this one to the Wabaunsee front lines. Wabaunsee front line now over to McReynolds. McReynolds bumps that right back into Wabaunsee territory. For Wabaunsee, Ellenwood now, as it's in the front line, set up for Ward. Ward's is going to be blocked, and it goes right into the net. It'll be point Wabaunsee, 19-15. The Chargers lead Ellenwood. Serve here from Wetzberger. It's going to go to Mendez. It's going to be a fielded there by Maxwell into Ward, and Ward sets it into the net. The score now 20-15, and we will now see the Ellenwood Eagles call timeout. So 20-15, the Ellenwood Lady Eagles call timeout. The Wabaunsee Chargers leading them by 5. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Ellenwood Family Foods, American Family Insurance, the Caleb Schultz Agency in Ellenwood, Marmy Auto Group in Great Bend, and H&B Communications for sponsoring Ellenwood Eagle Athletics, both football and volleyball. Wabaunsee here set to come back from the timeout as it's Wetzberger to serve. Ellenwood front line, they're going to set this one up for Ward. Ward's going to be blocked by Barber and Lohmeyer. Now into the Wabaunsee back line. This one's going to be set up here for Barber. Back line for Wabaunsee. They've got to have some breathing room. They make it over as that was Mendez. Front line Wabaunsee take it for Lohmeyer, and Lohmeyer sends that into no man's land. That one goes 21-15 now in favor of the Wabaunsee Chargers. For Wabaunsee, it's Wetzberger to serve, and that one goes right into the net. So Ellenwood on the serve error gets a point, 21-16. The Wabaunsee Chargers lead, and it makes Maddie Ward at the serving position here for the Eagles. Ward at the serve. This one's going to go into the Wabaunsee front line. They're going to move it back, and now it's going to be Wetzberger. Wetzberger mishandled that one, and it's a point Ellenwood, 21-17 now for the Eagles, or excuse me, for the Chargers. Ward on the spot on the serve here. Sends it to Wabaunsee back line now. They're going to set this one up here for Barber. Barber's serve has gotten too much power on that one. That heads into the warm-up track here at Gross Memorial. It'll be Ellenwood's serve again. 21-17, the Lady Eagles lead the Wabaunsee Lady Chargers. Ward serve, sends it up, and it's going to be Lohmeyer to return here on this one. Now on the Ellenwood line, they're going to set this one up for Maxwell. Maxwell's stuffed the first time, tries to get it the second time. It's going to be a 4-hit penalty on the Eagles. And now the score 22-18 in favor of the Wabaunsee Lady Chargers. Set to serve for Wabaunsee, Laurel Barber, a 5'5 junior. The serve is going to be set up, and it's going to be for Ward. Now in the Wabaunsee front line, they're going to send that one stuffed there by Brooke McReynolds. They're going to send it over again. Maddie Ward tries to get it, and it's going to be a penalty on Ellenwood. As that was Maya Maxwell. I think that was a line penalty there. Right there on the net line. Barber will serve again for Wabaunsee. A little bit of a miss hit there from McReynolds, and Barber's serve will go for the 24-8 first match point for the Chargers today. Or, well, not for the Chargers today, but in this match. 24-18, Barber's serve here. Ellenwood back line. Mendez to Ward, sets it up for Maxwell. Now to the Wabaunsee back line. They're going to set this one up here for Barber. Scratch that, Oliver. Now then, Ellenwood sets this up for Maxwell to the Wabaunsee back line. They're going to set this one up here for number 13, Schreiner. Ellenwood now sets this one up for Maxwell. It goes into the back line. They're going to set this one up, it appears. They'll set this one up for the libero, Haffenstein. Haffenstein sends it to the Ellenwood back line. It's going to be Maxwell to back pedal it back over to the Wabaunsee side. Wabaunsee sets this one up for Oliver. That one goes inbounds. Nobody was able to get that one. And at the end of one, the Wabaunsee Lady Chargers beat the Ellenwood Eagles in set number one, 25-18. Wabaunsee will have the serve here in the second set. Still a good chunk of Ellenwood fans here. Well, I didn't realize that when the Smith Center game was happening, I would have said something about it. But for Smith Center, if I have myself correct, number 5, Maddie Kelch, the 5'5" junior. If her dad is Greg Kelch, who's the principal at Smith Center High, that means that Greg Kelch is an Ellenwood native, which would mean that for Greg, he's kind of torn because he's going for his home school. He's torn between cheering for his home Ellenwood Eagles or cheering for his Smith Center Lady Red. The Lady Red came out victorious in that one, taking down Ellenwood in 3. Ellenwood won the first set 25-10, then Smith Center took the last two on the day, 25-18 and 25-20 the scores there. Ellenwood then fell to Meade in 3, 25-19 Meade won the first. Then Ellenwood roared back in the second, 25-22. In the third, it was 25-18 in favor of the Meade Lady Buffaloes. Other than that, it's been 2-set matches all night long on court 1 and on court 2, minus when the Ellenwood Eagles are playing. The Wabaunsee Chargers will serve, and they will start off with number 35, Alexis Haffenstein, the libero. Haffenstein sends a serve over Ellenwood backline. They're going to try and run for it there as Maxwell goes running into the media table about 5 feet away from me. The first point will go to Wabaunsee, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Lady Chargers. Haffenstein on the serve here. Backline Ellenwood sets this one up. Maxwell's going to send it over to Wabaunsee. They're going to set this one up for Barber. Here for Ellenwood. They're going to set this one up here for Maxwell, it appears. Maxwell on the serve. Send this one up. Tried to find somebody, and it's going to be number 15, Hassler, to send it over for Wabaunsee. Ellenwood front line. Mendez sends it over, and now we're going to see Wabaunsee on that one. That one goes out of bounds. Ellenwood gets the point, and it's now tied at 1. Maya Maxwell will serve this first point as we are tied at 1 here in the second set. Wabaunsee took the first, 25-18. Maxwell's serve going to go to the back line of Wabaunsee. Going to be taken by Laurel Barber into no man's land, 2-1. Wabaunsee leads. We're going to see a couple of substitutions here. Number 15 and 7 out. In new, 13 and 5. 13, Autumn Schreiner. 5, Jordan Maggette, who's serving right now. 7 is Macy Falk. 15, Megan Hosser, who both came out for the Chargers. Here on this point, Wabaunsee inside. They're going to send that one to Barber. Barber got too much power on this one. That one a point for Ellenwood, make the score 2-all. Second tie we've seen, and that one's going to go into the warm-up track again. And it will be Anahi Mendez to serve the ball here for Ellenwood. Mendez sends us to the Wabaunsee back line. Now it's going to be sent out over by 14, Wetzberger. Ellenwood sets this one up for Brooke McReynolds, And now Wabaunsee on their line, going to send that one to Schreiner, but it was tipped out. What a move there from Maddie Ward to get the point there. 2-3, Ellenwood leads. Here's a set from Mendez. Over to the Wabaunsee front line now. They're going to set this one up for the libero, Haffenstein. Ellenwood on their line. Set this one up for Ward. That one goes right into the net. And now we're tied at 3-all. It'll be Wabaunsee serve. For Wabaunsee, number 14, Madison Wetzberger here set to send it over. Pullman receives for Ellenwood. They're going to set this one up here for Haley Gross. And for the response for Wabaunsee, it's going to be 14, Wetzberger. Ellenwood's going to send it with Ward on the last hit. Now Wabaunsee is going to try and do something with Barber. Now Ellenwood responding with Ward. That one's going to try and go into no man's land. It will not fall. And now they're going to send that one through 13, Schreiner. But that one falls down into Wabaunsee territory. Point Ellenwood, 4-3. The Eagles lead it. And now we will see Caitlin Pullman, the libero, to serve for the Eagles. Her serve goes back line to the libero, Haffenstein. Now it's going to be sent over. Number 10, Lohmeyer, sends that one down hard for the Wabaunsee Chargers. And now it's another tie game for all, the third tie. And Laurel Barber, a woman who I would not mess with, here with the serve. The first serve is falls inside Ellenwood territory. Anahi Mendez tried to get it, but was close. No cigar on that one. 5-4, Wabaunsee leads. Laurel Barber again on the second serve from her. This time a little bit of miscommunication. Now sends it to the Wabaunsee back line. This one's going to be set up for Oliver. Oliver's got it, and that one will stay inbounds. It looked like a hand got it, and it went out of bounds on the Ellenwood side. So Laurel Barber set to serve it over again for Wabaunsee. Barber's serve goes over to libero Pullman. They're going to set this one up for Ward. Ward's going to be blocked at the line by number 2, Abby Oliver. And it's another point for Wabaunsee. Or excuse me, that's a point for Ellenwood. My apologies, folks. 6-5. Wabaunsee leads Ellenwood. That one fell in. And that is now Ellenwood ball. Wabaunsee back line. They're going to have it. Ellenwood's going to send it through Ward. Now on the Wabaunsee side. They're going to try and send this one from number 10, Lohmeyer. Lohmeyer's response, and it's going to be in the Ellenwood side. Now on the Wabaunsee side. Ellenwood's going to respond. Here's some Wabaunsee here with number 2, Oliver. That's going to go out of bounds. And it's now 6-5 in favor of the Wabaunsee Chargers. On court A, Pitt Colgan leads Maranatha 14-8. Set to serve now, number 10, Alyssa Lohmeyer. Number 7, Macy Falk for Wabaunsee. Ellenwood front line. It's going to be sent over by Maya Maxwell. Is that one? It seems like we've now got a ball magnet towards me because they're now all starting to fall on this side of the net. The first one that happened there, that was point Wabaunsee. This one, point Ellenwood. Haley Gross now set to serve for the Eagles. Serve from Gross is over. It's going to be taken by Haffenstein. It's going to be set over by Lohmeyer, and that one's going to hit the ground. Point Wabaunsee. Scores now 8-6 in favor of the Wabaunsee Chargers here in set number 2. Pullman receives the Lohmeyer serve. It's going to be Maxwell to send it over. Now on the Wabaunsee side, they're going to send it over from Oliver. Oliver now with the ball. Mendez sends it over for Ellenwood. Now on the Wabaunsee side, sent over from number 14, Wetzberger for Ellenwood. Mendez sets this one up for Maxwell into the Wabaunsee back line, where they will set this one up for 15, Hostler. That one's going to go out of bounds completely on the first hit from Ellenwood. And that one's going to fall into the stands up here at Gross Memorial Coliseum. Who wants to climb up the stands to try and get that one? Well, we've got a new volleyball, so we're good. As that one's going to be served out by number 10, Alyssa Lohmeyer. That volleyball is looked to be retired for the day. Lohmeyer on the Wabaunsee sideline, on the back line, is going to be taken in on the Oliver kill. Makes the score 10-6. Nobody's going to try and scale it. Yet now we're going to see someone try and scale that one. and try and scale the bleachers for the volleyball. Pullman here to receive. It's going to be set up on the Ellenwood back line here for Allison McReynolds. The serve goes awry for Wabaunsee, and now it will be Ellenwood serve, as that is Allison McReynolds with the ball now. And they have gotten the ball out of the stance. The ball isn't retired yet. It's still got some playing time left in it, I guess. Hostler on the serve, back over for Ellenwood, or for Wabaunsee, and it is now 11-7 in favor of Wabaunsee now in the second set. Set to serve for Wabaunsee, Alexis Haffenstein, the libero. Ellenwood's going to look to set this one up for Mendez in the back line, out of bounds, never mind. We won't set it up, as that one, a little bit too much power there, makes the score 12-7 Wabaunsee. Haffenstein, the libero, to serve here again. Heads to Pullman. They're going to set this one up for Ward. Ward is going to be immediately blocked by number 14, Madison Wetzberger. And that one is a point for Wabaunsee. 13-7. The Wabaunsee Chargers lead Ellenwood in the second set. Haffenstein on the serve, over to Pullman. Now it's going to be sent over into no man's land by Maxwell, but hold on a second. Just inches out of bounds, so point Wabaunsee, 14-7 in set number 2. That's where Ellenwood will call timeout number 1 of the set. We're back here. Alexis Haffenstein set to serve here for the Wabaunsee Chargers. Haffenstein on the serve. Need Pullman to receive. They're going to set this one up here for Mendez on the corner. Now for Wabaunsee, it looks like they're going to set this one up for Hostler, and they do. Now on the Ellenwood side, setting this one up for Maxwell. Maxwell now on the Wabaunsee side, setting this one up for 15, Hostler, and that is a point Wabaunsee, 15-7 in favor of the Wabaunsee Chargers. The ball goes into the net. They're going to have to fish that one out. Haffenstein on the serve. Send that one to McReynolds. That one's out of bounds, but they still tried to reach for it, so point Ellenwood will make the score 15-8 now. Here at Gross Memorial Coliseum, we'll see Maya Maxwell to serve. Serve is up from Maxwell into the front lines. They're going to send this one up through 14 Wetzberger. No good there, and it's now 15-9. Ellenwood gets another point. Maxwell will serve again. On the serve for Maxwell, go to the back line here. Will be Barber to send it. And Barber's shot was fielded by Brown, but went again into the net. And it's now 16-9 in favor of the Wabaunsee Chargers. So Wabaunsee will have number 5, Jordan Maggette, serving. They've done their dual substitution that we've seen time in and time out in this game. Now we're going to see Maxwell set this one up for Ward. Now Barber's going to get this one, set it up for her again for Wabaunsee. A little bit too much power on that one, so point Ellenwood, 16-10. Fort Hays State University, Gross Memorial Coliseum, 16-10. The Wabaunsee Chargers lead the Ellenwood Eagles. Mendez on the serve takes to the Wabaunsee back line. Now they're going to send it from number 14, Wetzberger, to Ellenwood's back line. Ellenwood's going to send this one through Maddie Ward, and it is again Madison Wetzberger, the 5'9" sophomore, on his second block here in this set versus Ellenwood's Maddie Ward. 17-10, the Chargers lead. Speaking of Wetzberger, she's the one serving. That will be sent to the Ellenwood back line. Pullman will receive, and they will send this one through Gross, I should say. That time, we're going to see this. It's going to be sent through Barber for Wabaunsee. Now on the Ellenwood back line, they're going to set this one up for Ward. For Wabaunsee, they're going to set this one up through Laurel Barber. Barber now for Ellenwood on their back line. Sent through Ward. Ward blocked again, but this time it's a point for the Ellenwood Eagles, as that time Alyssa Lohmeyer tried to get in on the block party, but that time it went out and fell inside Wabunsee territory. Caitlin Pullman will serve here for the Eagles. 17-11, the Chargers lead here in the second set. Lohmeyer on the return here for Wabunsee, and they'll get the point as that one dribbled through two Ellenwood defenders and then went out of play. Makes the score 18-11. Laurel Barber now to serve for Wabunsee. That one hits the top of the net and will be returned for the Wabunsee Chargers now in their front line. There'll be Lohmeyer to send it, and Lohmeyer sends that one right into the net. 18-12, and that will help Ellenwood more than they think, because they won't have Laurel Barber serving, and Laurel has been known to send those ones and power through on them too. Here on the Wabunsee back line after the Ward serve, it's back over to Ellenwood's back line. It's going to be Ward who sends it over. Wabunsee back line. It's going to be sent over from number 5, Maggette. Now on the Ellenwood back line. A little bit more organization here. Maxwell gets it. Wabunsee back line. Sending this one through 13, Schreiner. And Schreiner gets that one down. 19-12. The Eagles are down versus the Chargers. Dual substitution again. 15-13 in, 7-5 out. So Maggette and Falk are out. Schreiner and Hostler are back in. Excuse me. Still, 13, Schreiner is out, I should say. My apologies. As Falk is in. That one out of bounds. Point for Wabunsee is now 20-12. The Chargers leading the Eagles. Will we see a run from Ellenwood that we've seen in the past? Macy Falk here on the serve for the Wabunsee Chargers. It'll be Maxwell to receive for Ellenwood. They will send this one through Haley Gross. Now for Wabunsee on their lines. They're going to send this one through 15 Hostler. For Ellenwood now on their lines, they're going to send this one through Maxwell on their back lines. That one was almost blocked. It's going to be Falk who sets it up for Oliver, but that one a little bit too little of power there. We've seen a lot where we've seen overbearing amounts. This time not enough put on there by Oliver as that one goes into the net. 20-13, and we'll see Haley Gross serve for Ellenwood. Gross is serving it. It'll be over to the Wabunsee back line. Sent over by Lohmeyer. Lohmeyer again. That time it gets it twice over. Maxwell sends it over for Ellenwood. Wabunsee back line. Let's see where they send this one through. They're sending it through Hostler. It'll be a point for Wabunsee as that one went off the hands, it'll appear, of Allison McReynolds. And now it is Wabunsee Volleyball. They will serve, and it will be Alyssa Lohmeyer who will serve it for the Chargers. Lohmeyer, one of the two seniors on this team. Her serve goes to the front line, and that will be hit. Well, it won't go anywhere as that one hits the top of the net and will bounce back in. So it'll be 21-14 in favor of Wabunsee. Now we'll see Allison McReynolds, and she will have a serve error. So back-to-back serve errors now on either team. It'll be 22-14 in favor of Wabunsee. Haffenstein, the libero, will serve this one out. This one goes backline Brown. They're going to set this one up here for Ward. Ward serve. Too much power, and now it's 24-14. Wabunsee could get the match point and the game here. This is 23-14 now. That was 24-14. Ellenwood point there. That one, a little bit too much on that one. Point Wabunsee, and this is the match point. Match point Wabunsee. 24-14, the libero Alexis Haffenstein. If Ellenwood falls in this one, they are over, going 0 for 3. Ward sends it over, Wabunsee back line here. Now over to Falk. That one's going to fall down, and that is the end. Wabunsee takes the second set, 25-14. The Ellenwood Eagles season, unfortunately, is over. They fall to 27-14 on the year, but what a year it was for the Lady Eagle volleyball team. The first state berth in 21 years. And you have to feel sorry for the seniors, for the Ellenwood Eagles. Only two seniors, the libero, Caitlin Pullman, and Maddie Ward, the middle hitter, as they have finished out their careers for the Ellenwood Eagles on the volleyball court. For Wabunsee, they will improve now to 31-11, and they have gone 2-1 on the day. And we will now see the Smith Center Lady Red taking on the Meade Buffaloes. And for the heck of it, I might just broadcast that one. Yeah, we'll broadcast it. "10 minutes here before we will see the start of Meade and Smith Center action. So then, if you're watching either from Wabaunsee or Ellenwood, and you have friends in Meade or Smith Center, tell them that we are broadcasting this game. We're going to broadcast the Smith Center Meade game. Our apologies, we'll just have Ellenwood and Wabaunsee on it. Unfortunately, we can't control that one. Going to go through the coin flip here. And the 10 minutes here have started in warm-up. Hello and welcome everybody who have stayed with us here for the Smith Center Meade matchup here. Smith Center the 3 seed, Smith Center the 2 seed, Meade the 3 seed. in the Acacia Class 2A State Volleyball Tournament. The Meade Buffaloes coming in at a record of 33-5. Smith Center with a record of 35-5 for the Red Men. Looking at the Lady Red, they'll have number 1, Jesselyn Kirchhoff, a 5'4 junior. Number 5, Maddie Kelch, a 5'5 junior. The libero, number 7, Kaylin Shaletto, a 5'5 senior. Emma Enox, number 10, a 5'6 junior. Number 11, Adeline Harsnape, a 5'6 senior. Number 12, Grayson Hutchison, a 5'8 senior. Number 20, Bree Freeling, a 5'9 junior. Number 21, Talon Renchler, a 6-foot freshman. Number 22, Kendra Maydew, a 5'6 junior. Number 23, Sharon Topol, a 5'6 junior. Number 24, Holly Timmons, a 5'9 senior. And number 25, Lizzie Fortmiller, a 5'10 junior. For the Meade Buffaloes, they'll have number 1, Crystal Madrano, a 5'7 senior. Number 2, Maya Hartnett, a 5'5 senior. Number 3, Hayden Bachman, a 5'7 senior. Number 4, Brooke Keith, a 5'5 senior. Number 7, Trinity Woods, a 5'7 sophomore. Number 10, Kiana Unruh, a 5'7 freshman. Number 13, Katie Wilhelm, the libero, a 5'5 senior. Number 15, Callie Keith, a 5'7 senior. Number 20, number 15, mention her. Number 18, Kylan Rudzik, a 5'9 freshman. Number 20, Caitlin Christensen. She's not in the program, so I don't know a name or a grade or a height, unfortunately. Number 21, Corbin Carr, a 5'8 junior. Number 26, Shelby Christensen, a 5'10 freshman. And number 30, Cheyenne Wondra, a 5'9 senior. The Meade Buffaloes are coached by Leanne Creer, assisted by Wadona Henson and Mirth Van Cassel. Smith Center is coached by Nick Lynn, assisted by Deb Hansen and Denise Kattenberg. Just about 4 minutes separate us here between the beginning of the final volleyball game in Pool B. Teams have now moved to open serving. So hello and welcome everybody. Alex Hammocky here with you as the Smith Center Lady Red are set to take on the Meade Lady Buffaloes in the final match of Pool B in pool play of the Acacia State 2A Volleyball Tournament. Smith Center the 2 seed, 35-5 record. Meade the 3 seed with a 33-5 record. Starting six for Meade. Look to be 31-21 Carr, 4 Keith, 13 Wilhelm, who comes in, and the libero for number 21 Carr, 15 Callie Keith, and number 3 Hayden Bachman. For Smith Center, they got number 20 Bree Freiling, who's going to be serving. The libero number 7 Caitlin Shaletto. The front row 3 of Talon Rencher, 22 Kendra Maydew, and number 1 Jesselyn Kirchhoff, alongside number 10 Emma Enox. Smith Center serve, they got the first point, and now on the Meade return, they're going to send it through 15 Keith. Here for Smith Center on the return, they send it through Hutchison. Excuse me, that's Hutchison who's starting, not Enox, my apologies. And here on the Meade return, they send it through the libero, Wilhelm. For Meade, they're going to send this one through Wondra. Now back on the return for Smith Center. They send that one through Hutchison. Hutchison finds it in no man's land. It'll be Smith Center ball. Smith Center point as the Lady Red take that one 3-0. Freiling set to serve this one on the Meade return. They'll send this through Wondra. Wondra gets stuffed at the line by Kendra Maydew. And that is a point there, as it was a line violation for Meade. Number 30, Cheyenne Wondra, makes the score 3-0. Freiling on the serve here for Smith Center. That time it was 15 Keith who sent it over. No, got the point there. Substitution for Meade, as we will now see Lauren Christensen in for Brooke Keith. Set to serve for Meade, Kiana Unruh. And Smith Center will see their return coming in through Hutchison. For Meade, Wonder will send the return for Meade. The return from Smith Center there was on number 1, Jesselyn Kirchhoff. She wasn't able to get anything as that one went out of bounds into the Meade bench, and it'll be a point for Meade. Make it score 3-2 in favor of Smith Center. Here for Meade, their return will be from Wondra. That one coming out from Kirchhoff. Here on this one, it'll be 21 Renchler to send it down. There'll be a point there for Smith Center. 4-2 now, the Lady Red lead. Maydew will be the return serve here for the Lady Red. Maydew on the return. Send this one over from Christensen. Now for Smith Center on their return. They'll send that one through number 21, Renchler. Smith Center now sends this one through Renchler again. That one, a point for Smith Center as that one hit down in the dirt. Makes the score 5-2. Maydew will send it over again for the Red Men. Or for the Lady Red, I should say. Return here for Meade will be done by Wondra. Make that 15 Keith. Now Wondra will make the return for Meade. And now on the return for Smith Center, number 12, Grayson Hutchison. For Meade, Wondra makes the return again. That time a little bit of miscommunication there. And some untimed hits, unfortunately, between number 22, Kendra Maydew, number 20, Bree Freiling, gives the point to Meade. 5-3, Meade leads, and it'll be a point for the Buffaloes. Callie Keith sends it over for the Lady Red. For the Lady Red, Hutchison sends it over for Meade. And for the Buffaloes, it'll be Bachman And Bachman's got too much power on that one. Make the score now 6-3 in favor of the Smith Center Lady Red. For the Lady Red, it'll be Talon Renscher, a 6-foot freshman, to send the ball over here. I'll just call him the Red from here on out. Meade ball here. They'll send this one through Bachman here on the Red. Stuffed there by two for Smith Center. 24-20, Timmons and Freiling. Smith Center here. Take this one through Hutchison. Meade now sending this one through Wonder in the middle. Now on the Smith Center return, they'll send this one through 25, Fort Miller. Wonder sends it for over to Smith Center through Meade. Now for Meade, they'll get the ball from Smith Center's number 25, Lizzie Fort Miller. Baltman will send the ball over for Smith Center here. And Fort Miller will send the ball over now for the Lady Red. And the Red get the point there, 6-3 over the Meade Lady Buffs. Talon Renscher will send the ball over for Smith Center, and it will then be Ballman with the score. That one hits it in the dirt, 7-4 now. Smith Center leads Meade. Excuse me, Bachman. For Meade, it'll be Wilhelm to the libero to bring the serve over. For Smith Center, it'll be Timmons to bring the ball, and now it'll be Meade to bring it. For Meade, point Meade there. Last touch by number 1, Talon Renscher. Makes the score 7-5. For Meade, number 13, Wilhelm on the serve. For Smith Center here, it'll be sent over by Grayson Hutchison. Meade will have their sent over. No, they will not. That just makes it over on the second bounce. Smith Center will have Hutchison send it over, but it will be point on Meade. As Hutchison's ball, it goes into the net. Make the score 7-6 in favor of Smith Center. Meade on the ball here. Sends this one over from Hutchison. Point Meade again is blocked, and then another try and hit there from Holly Timmons. It goes under the net, so point Meade. 7-all, we're tied, and it's the libero, Katie Wilhelm, to send it over for the Buffaloes. Wilhelm sends this one over, and it'll be Smith Center's Lizzie Fort Miller to send it over. Now for Smith Center, it'll be the libero to set this one up. Just sends it over from number 24, Timmons. Meade will have it being sent over by number 20, Christensen. Point Smith Center. Number 12, Grayson Hutchison set to send the ball over here for the Lady Red. Blocked there from the Lady Red, makes it a point for Smith Center. The block there made between Timmons and Fort Miller. Another point there for Smith Center, make the score 9-7. Hutchison on the score there, and the serve I should say. Sends it over for Meade. Meade ball here in the front line for Bachman. Now Smith Center on their lines. Sends this from Fort Miller. That one off the hands of number 21, Carr. And it will go into the net. We'll see a Meade timeout, the first timeout of the game. 10-7. The Smith Center Lady Red lead it. And now seeing as the Colgan game over at Court A is done, we would really like to see the scoreboard switched over here now so we can see the score on that game over here. They've got it switched so the Court A scoreboard is on Court B and Court B is over at Court A for scoreboard wise. Now that Court A is done, hopefully we'll see it all on one side, I would hope. Makes it easier for me at least. 10-7, Smith Center leads after the Meade Buffaloes call timeout. It'll be Grayson Hutchison set to serve it for Smith Center. Over to Meade. Carr to send it over. There'll be another point for Smith Center. 11-7 they lead. Hutchison on the score. And we'll send it over. For Meade now, will be sent from Christensen. Smith Center on their return takes it over from number 20, Freiling. For Meade now, Bachman's got it. And Smith Center will send it over from Freiling again. Here for Meade. Bachman again. That time it's blocked, but we're going to see a point for Smith Center. Line violation there on number 3, Hayden Bachman. And that will make the score 12-7 in favor of the Smith Center Lady Red. For Smith Center is now going to be Meade on the ball. Christensen sends it over. Not Christensen. Carr sends it over. And Carr gets the point. Substitution for Meade. We'll see Brooke Keith coming in here for Lauren Christensen. 12-8, the Lady Red lead. Meade serves it. It'll be Smith Center on their advance from Fort Miller, and Fort Miller drives it down to the dirt for Smith Center, making the score 13-8 Lady Red. For the Lady Red, it'll be Holly Timmons, a 5'9 senior, who will be serving the ball. And the Nets are now finding themselves to be a little bit on the lethal side as it catches number 4 for Meade, Brooke Keith. She gets caught in the net. We haven't seen that at Court B at all today. Timmons on the serve. Going to be sent over from Meade on their lines by number 21, Carr. Now for Smith Center. They send it from number 25, Fort Miller, and she's got the point. That's going to make the score 14-8 in favor of the Smith Center Lady Red. Timmons to serve here for Smith Center. And they set it up here through Bachman, I should say, and it'll be a point again for Smith Center. There'll be a point there, for Meade. Makes the score 14-9. Substitution, as we'll see Bachman coming out for Medrano. Medrano will serve. Medrano's serve goes back line, mishandled there by Grayson Hutchison. And it's another Meade point. 14-10, Lady Red leads. Medrano on the serve. Takes this one, Smith Center back line. For Smith Center, they send it through Dreiling. I'll get it right at some point. Freiling. It was D-E-F-G, something like that. Freiling there on the attempt, but doesn't get the point. 14-11, Smith Center. That time on Medrano's serve, just right in front of it was Lizzie Fort Miller, but didn't get it. Now the score 14-11. Medrano will serve for the fourth straight point here for the Meade Buffaloes. Here for Meade, Medrano sends this one, Smith Center front line, and it's going to be number 20, Freiling, to send that one down. On the Meade return, it's going to be sent by the libero, Wilhelm, and on the Smith Center return, it's going to be number 22, Maydew. Meade return it will be number 15, Callie Keith, and for Smith Center, it will be number 22, Kendra Maydew. Here for Smith Center again, 15, Keith. Takes that one in for the score, and it's another point for the Meade Buffalo. Make it 14-13. Medrano will serve again here for Meade. Medrano's serve is up, sends it over, and Meade takes this one from number 25, Lizzie Fort Miller, and we've got a tie ball game on our hands here, 14-all. The Meade Buffalo's got it tied up, and now head coach Nick Lynn and the Smith Center Lady Red are going to call a timeout here. Tie ball game, 14-all. You're listening to bonus coverage here of the Acacia Class 2A State Volleyball Tournament, hosted by Fort Hays State University out here at Gross Memorial Coliseum. Five-point rally there. I actually think that was a 6-point rally made by Meade, and all with Crystal Medrano serving the ball here. Medrano serves it here for the Buffalo. Will be sent over for Smith Center by Freiling. Smith Center again here. Will send it over from Maydew. Now Meade will send it over from 21 Carr. Now for Smith Center. Meade sends it down, puts the power on it, and the libero for Meade, Wilhelm, will try and will recover it. Here for Smith Center, Meade again. That time was blocked, but it goes out of bounds. 21-10 on the block for Meade, that being Kayana Unruh and Corbin Carr. It'll be a point for Smith Center, and Smith Center finally breaks the 9-point drought. It's 15-14 in favor of Smith Center. Set to serve for the Lady Red is Lizzie Fortmiller. And here for Meade on their return will be number 15, Carr. Meade, they're on a perfect block there between Meade and Rentschler. Gets another point, and we'll see Fortmiller serve again, 16-14. Smith Center, Lady Red over to the Meade Lady Buffaloes. Meade will send it over through Carr. Smith Center here, setting things up, will set that one through Freiling. Now for Meade, they will set this one and send it through Carr. That one, a little bit too much power from Carr there. And will make the score 17-14 in favor of Smith Center. Still in the first set here between Smith Center and Meade. The Lady Red lead 17-14 over Meade. Meade's going to send this one over through 21, Carr. And Smith Center will look to send this one over from number 20, Freiling. She was blocked it, though. It goes out of bounds. So a lot of block attempts here from Meade, but they haven't been able to fully execute on them. Makes the score 18-14. Fortmiller here on the serve for Smith Center. And that one's going to go down in the dirt. Went off the line and then goes down. And now we're going to see a timeout here on Meade. Smith Center now breaks out for a 5-point streak. And Meade calls timeout 19-14 here in the first set. (19-14), Smith Center after the Meade timeout. Lizzie Fortmiller will serve for the Lady Red. Serve from Fortmiller is up, and it will go to Wilhelm the libero. It will be taken back by number 15, Carr. Excuse me, by 15, Keith. Keith again will take it over to Smith Center after the block. And now it's Smith Center who will send that one to number 20, Freiling. Blocked now by Meade. And Smith Center has another chance to take it through Freiling. They will not be able to get that. That one hits the net. And it is now 19-15. Substitution for Smith Center. Number 25, Lizzie Fortmiller, comes out for number 1, Jesselyn Kirchhoff. Meade set to serve, number 21, Carr. Smith Center on that return there from number 20, Freiling, gets that one down in the dirt. And now it's 20-15 in favor of the Meade Buffalo. This time the scorekeeper makes sure that Brooke Keith won't get caught in the net. We'll just kick it out there. And it will be number 20, Bree Freiling, to serve this one up for Smith Center. For Smith Center, it was Wonder who took it, and then on the block between two Lady Red defenders, that being 21, Rentschler, 22, Meade. Now for Smith Center, Freiling set to serve. Freiling on the serve, gets this over. Meade on their line is going to send this on through number 10, Unruh. Here for Smith Center, it's going to be powered down by number 21, Talon Rentschler, a 6-foot freshman. And now it's another point for Smith Center. It'll be number 20, Freiling, to serve again, 22-15, the Smith Center Lady Red lead. Serve comes up here from Freiling. Now it's going to be on the Meade line, blocked there. Meade again tries to get it over. Meade this time going to send it from Meade over to Hutchison. Power served there. And now it's going to be Smith Center ball. Smith Center sends it from 21, Rentschler. And it's another point for the Lady Red. 22-15, Smith Center leading Meade. Freiling to serve this one. Gets it up. Taken by Meade. Over, and it will be another point from Meade. The return from Wondra was out of bounds and went between the ref and the pole. Match point, 24-15, the serve from Freiling, taken by Meade. It'll be returned by Wondra. Wondra gets it, and she finds no man's land and finds the pay dirt and gets the point for Meade. 24-16, Meade gets the point, but the Lady Red still lead. We see a substitution now as we will see Christensen in for Keith. Now for Meade. we're going to see number 10, Unruh on the serve. For Smith Center, sending it through number 21, Rentschler. Now for Meade. For Meade, they send it back over. For Smith Center, it'll be sent through Rentschler again. Another answer. Here we go. Rentschler is going to be a botched serve. A 2-hit there penalty on Meade, and that's going to make the first set score 25-16. The Smith Center Redmen take down the Meade Lady Buffaloes in set number 1. (25-16). Smith Center defeats Meade in the first. Second set, Meade will serve. Excuse me, not Meade, but yeah, Meade will serve here in the second set. I'd like to thank our sponsors of Ellenwood Eagle Athletics here on the Eagle Sports Network. They include Ellenwood Family Foods, the Caleb Schultz Insurance Agency in Ellenwood with offices in Ellenwood, Dighton, and Ellsworth, the Marmee Auto Group of Great Bend, and H&B Communications. Watching bonus content of the Class 2A volleyball tournament as Smith Center takes on Meade. Set number 2 between the Lady Red and the Lady Buffaloes. And the Smith Center student section has pizza. I hope they decide to be nice and give it to their favorite broadcaster friend. They don't know me, never mind. Meade will serve to start the second set off. And it will be number 10, Kiana Unruh, to serve for Meade. We will see a libero substitution for Meade, as we will now see Wilhelm come into the game for number 21, Carr. We will not see a libero substitution to start off the second set here for Smith Center, so Kaylin Chiletto will stay on the bench just for now. Meade sends it over, and now on the return from Smith Center, it is number 20, Freiling. But Freiling is blocked, and Freiling will get a second chance at it, and she gets it over. On the Meade return, Wondra gets it. It'll be set up by Meade. Meade will set up the thingy, will set up the hit for Rentschler. Now it'll fall down as there's a nice power hit down by number 30, Wondra. And it's 1-0 in favor of Meade. For Meade, it'll be number 10, Unruh, to serve. Smith Center has Freiling send it down. Now we're going to see Meade take it over. For Meade, it send it over, and it's now Smith Center ball. Smith Center has Freiling, and she's going to be blocked at the line by Wondra. Smith Center with the ball again. Freiling sends it over, gets it over on try number 2. Sent over by Wondra for Meade. For Smith Center, set up here for Rentschler, and Rentschler gets the point, 2-1. Excuse me, 1-1 and now we see the libero substitution, so we'll see Chiletto in for number 24, Holly Timmons. Freiling set to serve for Smith Center, and that one goes into the net. The score now 2-1 in favor of Meade. For Meade, it'll be number 15, Callie Keith, to serve for the Lady Buffalo. Serve is up from Keith. It'll be the libero Chiletto to serve it, and then Meade will take it over. Here for Meade, it'll now be number 3, Bachman, on the return. And for Smith Center, it will be not Madrano, Kirchhoff, who tried to get it over but was not able to. Substitution for Smith Center, as we will now see Kirchhoff come out of the game for Smith Center, and in her place will come Adeline Harsnape. Serve from number 15, Unruh, is in, a block there. Point Smith Center, however, as it was Hutchison who had it. It was blocked by number 20, Christensen, but went out of bounds. So now we'll see Meade on the serve for Smith Center. The serve from her will go in. It'll be retained. And for Meade, it's taken out by number 10. Meade tried to get it for Smith Center, but was not able to. And now the score finds itself to be 3-2 in favor of Smith Center. Here for Meade, it'll be the libero Wilhelm. Wilhelm takes it to Smith Center, and it will be Hutchison. Hutchison on the power serve down. Now over to Meade on Bachman. Bachman tried to get something good out of it. Wasn't able to, was blocked. Here for Smith Center. It'll be sent over by Rentschler. Rentschler gets it over. Now for Meade, it was sent over by Ballman. For Bachman, I should say. Hutchison gets the serve down for Smith Center. And the ball is out of play again as it goes into the stands. We have a second ball, thankfully. So the volleyball just goes on vacation. This happened versus Wabaunsee. Ellenwood will happen again versus Smith Center and Meade. Rentschler on the serve here for Smith Center. Sends it over, will be for Meade, number 21, Carr. Here for Smith Center will be sent over from Hutchison. Hutchison on the power serve, brought back by Meade. And for Meade, it'll be Bachman to send it back over to the Smith Center side. For Smith Center will be 25, Fort Miller. And Fort Miller gets it down for the score. It's now 4-all between the Lady Red and the Lady Buffalo. Rentschler's here set to serve again for Smith Center. It'll be sent over for Meade by number 21, Carr. Now for Smith Center on theirs, set up by Timmons for Fort Miller, and it's now on Meade's side of the ball. For Meade, it's sent over by Ballman, and it's going to be set up from, nice setup there from Timmons to Fort Miller. The ball was out, though, on a Ballman hit, which went out of bounds. Makes the score 5-4 now. Rentschler on the hit there. Meade will take it back, but blocked first by number 12, Grayson Hutchison. Hutchison, I think, wishes she had that one back, unfortunately, as that one is a point for the Meade Buffalo. Substitution we will see for Meade, and we'll see Brooke Keith coming into the game, and Brooke will serve here for the Lady Buffalo. For Smith Center, it'll be Timmons who sets it up for Hutchison, and he gets the point there. Point Smith Center 6-5 here in the second set. The Lady Red lead the Lady Buffalo. And we'll see Hutchison serve on the point here for Smith Center, as we'll see a substitution. Meade will come out for, we can get a number here. It looks like Meade came out for number 2. I think it came out for number 23, Topel. Point Smith Center. And the substitution was Libero Shalito coming in for Meade. Meade on the return here. Be made by 21 Carr. Be blocked, though, in the midline by 25 Fort Miller. Point for Smith Center there, as it was overpowered on a hit from Hayden Bachman. 8-5 Smith Center. Hutchison's serve is in. Gets it over, and it will be sent over by number 4, Keith. For Smith Center, it'll be Hutchison to take it to me. It'll be Freiling. And it'll be Timmons to set this one up for Fort Miller. Gets that one down. That time it was Fort Miller and Timmons there on the block. That time on the block, Timmons, it goes out of bounds, and it will be a point for Meade, 8-6. Substitution for Meade on the serve. It will be Crystal Medrano. And something to be concerned about here for Smith Center when Medrano was serving a 9-point rally there made by the Buffalo. Let's see if that happens here in set number 2 between the Buffs and the Red. Here for the Buffaloes it will, as it was a perfectly set one there from Corbin Carr, with 3 Lady Red in the middle of the volleyball hitting the bottom of the floor. Here for Medrano's serve, sends it over. It'll be Fort Miller, and that one goes down to the dirt. And we're looking to see the same thing happen, a 2-set rally, and we'll see a substitution. Medrano here will come out for Bachman. Point scored there by Smith Center, and that one makes it 9-7. Timmons on the serve for Smith Center, though, will go into the wall, and is now 9-8. For Meade, substitution now, we'll see the libero Wilhelm come out. Carr on the serve for Meade. Here we go. Smith Center return. Going to go into the hands of 20 for Smith Center. Freiling. Here for Smith Center again. It'll be Timmons who sets this one up for Meade. That time it'll be in the Meade side. Wonder will send it over for Meade. Meade here. That one goes out of bounds. This time is a point for Meade, and it'll be 9-9 tie ball game. Meade will serve. Carr will be the server. Carr sends it over here. Sends it to Timmons, who will set this one up for Fort Miller. Here on the Meade return, brought over by number 10, Unruh. Here for Smith Center, they're going to get the point. We will see an official's timeout here as Brooke Keith went down hard trying to get that ball. She is good and will stay in. However, a tied shoe needs to happen. Hayden Bachman will tie her shoe. Here for Smith Center, it will be Fort Miller to bring it over. And a nice block there from from Freiling. Here for Smith Center, Fort Miller tried to get it over, but she couldn't as it went. She hit it. It hit the top of the net, and then it hit her square in the face, and that is a Meade point. 10-all between the teams. Fort Miller will come out, and she will come out for number 12, Grayson Hutchison. Substitution Meade. Or not substitution Meade, I should say. Smith Center ball here. Meade will set it up for number 20. For number 21, Rentschler. Rentschler gets the point. It's now 11-10 in favor of Smith Center. Smith Center will get the point, and we're going to see Timmons get a breather. In comes 11, Hardsnape. For Smith Center, however, it's a Meade point, as that was perfectly executed by number 30, Cheyenne Wondra. And it's a Meade point. We're tied at 11. Number 15, Callie Keith, the player we should be watching out for here on the serve. And for Smith Center, it'll be Hutchison to bring it back. For Meade, it'll be sent over by Bachman. That one a little bit too much power, as it is a Smith Center point. 12-11, the Red Men lead, and it will be Meade to return. Meade's return goes to the Meade back line, over to Wilhelm, and Meade will send it over through number 3, Bachman. Bachman was partially blocked there, but no cigar on the block, so it will be a return. It'll be a point for Meade. For Meade, Wilhelm on the serve as they are tied at 12. Timmons sets this up for number 21, Rentschler, and now for Meade, it'll be set up for number 12, Hutchison. We're going to see a line violation here on Meade. That'll be a point for Smith Center, 13-12. Substitution here for Smith Center, as we will see 25, Fort Miller coming in for number 11, Hairsnape. Rentschler on the serve here for Smith Center. Meade to return. It'll be Meade to field it. Timmons will send it over for Smith Center. Usually we see her setting it up. We've rarely seen her return it. For Smith Center here, they'll send it out through Hutchison. Hutchison over to Meade side now. And for Meade, it'll be sent through number 21, Carr. Here for Smith Center, they set it up for Hutchison. Hutchison serve with too little power on it. And it's now a point for Meade, 13-all now between the Buffalo and the Red. And now we're going to see a substitution for Meade. And we will see number 20, Christensen, coming out for number 4, Brooke Keith. And Keith will serve. Keith on the serve here for Meade. Sends it up from Smith Center. It'll be taken over by number 20, Freiling. And then for Meade, it goes out. It will stay in bounds, and it will be a point for the Meade Buffalo, 14-13, as that one flies on the other side of the protective netting here at Gross Memorial. Point for Meade there, Keith on the serve. Smith Center on the return will be from Hutchison. Here for Meade, it'll be turned back from Bachman. Here on Smith Center, that return will be from Fort Miller. Fort Miller goes right into the net, and it's now 13-15 Meade. Now we're going to see a timeout. Nick Lynn calls his first of the match here as the Smith Center Lady Red are down 15-13 to the Meade Lady Buffalo. The Lady Reds still have one timeout left. Meade still has both of them. 15-13, the Meade Buffalo lead the Smith Center Lady Red, and we will see number 4, Brooke Keith, to serve for Meade. Timmons will set it up here for Fort Miller for Smith Center. Here for Meade, we will see it sent over by number 21, Carr. Here now for Smith Center on their return. Fort Miller gets it, and it'll be returned for Fort Miller. And it's a point as that one looked to go off the hands of number 10, Number 10, Kiana Unruh, as I'm looking at the wrong roster. Hutchison here set to serve for the Smith Center Lady Red. They lead. They're down, 15-14. Now for Meade, sent up over by Smith Center here. It'll be Freiling to send it over. Here for Meade, it'll be sent over by number 3, Bachman. Now for Smith Center, sent over by number 20, Freiling. And for Meade, will we see it sent through Bachman again? No, we won't. We'll slip through the libero, Wilhelm. For Smith Center, it'll be sent through Freiling. And that time she had too little power. We've seen her throw it down at least twice. And that'll be the third time. And on that third time, it wasn't a charm as that one goes down into the dirt. Substitution for Meade. We'll see Medrano coming in for Bachman. And Medrano will serve. Medrano, the serve is up for Smith Center. It'll be fielded and it will be taken down by Fort Miller. Fort Miller will take it. And for Meade on their 3, it will be taken down. Point Meade is almost blocked there between Timmons and Fort Miller. No good there. 14-17. We could see this go to a third. Medrano here. Her serve goes to the libero, Shaletto. And now for Meade. Now back for Smith Center. My apologies, folks. Fort Miller on the serve. It'll be a Smith Center point as that one starts rolling out into court A. Substitutions galore here for Smith Center and for Meade, as we will now see, we'll see Maydew coming in for Timmons, and for Meade we will see Bachman coming in for Medrano. For Smith Center it will be Shaletto, the libero, to serve. That one goes out as a point is awarded to Meade, 18-15. Here for Meade, it'll be 21 Carr to serve for the Lady Buffalo. Smith Center will return to Timmons and will be set up for Fort Miller. Fort Miller will return this one from Smith Center. That's a point. 18-16. For Smith Center, we'll see Fort Miller to serve for the Lady Red. Now for Meade, we'll see it returned here by 30 Wondra. Wondra is out of bounds. Assuming that's inbounds by just a couple of inches. And it is a point for Meade, 16-19. Couple of substitutions now. We'll see Fort Miller coming out for Hairsnape. And for Meade, we will see Christensen coming in for 11, or coming in for 21 Carr. Nice hit there from number 20 for Smith Center. Freiling gets the point on the board. And now a substitution. We will see Timmons come out. We'll see the libero, Shaletto, come in. 19-17, Smith Center leads. Freiling set to serve here for the Lady Red. Serve is up, taken. Now it will be Christensen to take it in. Here for Smith Center. It'll be set up by Maydew over to Rentschler, and Rentschler will get the point on a lift call from Meade. 18-19, Smith Center starting to crawl back into this one, as it's now a serve back from Rentschler. Another point here as that was a back and forth battle there between Rentschler and Christensen, and finally Rentschler won out on that one there at the court, right at the line. The serve from Freiling, we got a tie ball game, 19 all. It's going to be sent down from number 15, Callie Keith. That goes right in front of my face. I didn't need the wake-up call, but I'd like to thank Meade for giving me that, as it is number 15, Callie Keith, to send it over. Smith Center on the return. Over to Hutchison. Power serve there. Back over from number 10, Unruh. Here on Smith Center's return, that coming out of Hutchison. And that power serve goes down into the dirt. Make it 20 all. Substitution, we'll see Freiling coming in. Freiling will come out here for Meade. And now we'll see a libero substitution as Meade's serve goes out. And the libero will come right back in. Shalito comes in for Meade. For Meade, it's Katie Wilhelm, the libero. Wilhelm, sent by Shalito, will be taken down by number 21, Rentschler. Point Meade, however, that one had too much power on it. 22-20, the Meade Buffalo lead. Serve here will be by, looks like it'll be the libero Wilhelm. Wilhelm serve, taken in the nested in the Smith Center back line. And that will go out of bounds on Hutchison. That a little bit too much power again. 23-20. And Smith Center calls timeout again. Their final of this set. Smith Center has only dropped one set today, and that coming to Ellenwood in the first set, 25-10. Smith Center was looking very sloppy there in that first match. Here in the second, Smith Center willing to let some easy mistakes happen here. Meade getting out of their timeouts very quickly. 23-20, Smith Center now down. It is Meade ball. The libero Wilhelm to serve. Here for Smith Center, Timmons sets it up for Hutchison. Set back from Meade. It'll be sent back by number 3, Ballman. And that one is out of bounds. No good. Substitution for Smith Center, 25 in for 11. So Fort Miller in for Haresnape. For Smith Center, it'll be Rentschler to serve. Rentschler's serve comes and it'll be returned by number 21, Carr. Here we go for Smith Center on their return. It'll be returned by number 12, Hutchison, and that one heads down to the ground. 23-22. Man, do we have a volleyball match on our hands right now. As now Meade calls timeout. Meade's first of the match. So Smith Center with none. Meade with one left. They've just burned their first. 23-22. The Smith Center Lady Red get within striking range of Meade. The Smith Center crowd on their feet, and you can hear them loud and proud here. For Smith Center, it will be Talon Rentschler to serve for the Redmen. Serve here goes to Wilhelm. Will be taken back for Smith Center. Set up here for Hutchison. Serve comes back for Meade. For Meade, ball. It'll be taken back, and here for Smith Center, it will be number 25, Fort Miller. For Meade, it will be Bachman to bring it back, and for Smith Center, it'll be taken back by Grayson Hutchison. Hutchison gets it, and we got a tie ball game, 23-all, between the Lady Buffalo and the Lady Red of Smith Center. Rentschler will serve this one out for Smith Center. Serve is up, goes to the libero Wilhelm. It'll be served out by number 21, Carr. Out of bounds, and Smith Center, it's match point for the Lady Red, and the Meade Lady Buffalo call timeout. 24-23, Meade comes, not Meade, Smith Center comes back from being down 6 points. and is in match point territory right now. This has some implications as well. If I have my math correct, if Smith Center gets this point, it means that Meade will be eliminated from pool play contention, and Wabaunsee will head on into the championship play on Saturday. Rentschler's serve here on the match point goes over from Carr. Now for Smith Center, the return will come from Hutchison. Hutchison blocked there. Point Smith Center! The Smith Center Redmen take set number 2, and they will be heading on to pool play tomorrow. They'll be heading on to championship play tomorrow as they go on to win 25-23 in the second set. So here's how pool play went down in Pool B today. Wabaunsee defeated Meade in 2 sets, 30-28. Then Smith Center defeated Ellenwood in 3. 25-10, the Eagles took the first. In the bottom 2, it was 25-18 Smith Center, 25-20 Smith Center. Then at noon, Meade and Ellenwood went to 3 sets. Meade took the first set, 25-19. Then Ellenwood took the second, 25-22. Then Meade took the third set, 25-18. Smith Center defeated Wabaunsee in straight sets, 25-17, 25-21. Then Wabaunsee defeated Ellenwood in straight sets, 25-18 and 25-14. And then your final matches here tonight, the Smith Center Lady Red take on and defeat the Meade Lady Buffalo in straight sets, 25-16, 25-23. So congratulations to Smith Center. They have qualified to go on to championship play tomorrow alongside Pitt Colgan. Wabaunsee takes second place in Pool 2. Smith Center will take on, let's find out, we'll take on Garden Plain tomorrow. I'm Alex Hammocky. Thanks for listening. We will not be broadcasting tomorrow. I've got the ACT that I have to be at. So unfortunately for me, this is the end. Thank you for listening, everybody. For those of you from Ellenwood still watching, we'll have basketball action December 1st as the Ellenwood Eagles take on the La Crosse Leopards at home. That wraps it up for us here at Gross Memorial Coliseum at Fort Hays State University. Again, your final score here, Smith Center defeats Meade 25-16, 25-23.